Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Candlekeep Mysteries, the Seal Pages of Verglas. We are the Rollers of Fate. My name is Mo, and always alongside me is the prestigious DM, Cisco Blanco. Say hi, Cisco.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you guys. Welcome for being here.
yeah. But where would we DMs be without our players who are renowned to be absolute troublemakers wherever they go? We have Mark, Andy, Luke, Ross, and Lucky. Say hello, fearless heroes.
Hello.
Hello.
All
Hi.
right, all right. Hi, everyone. We don't have Joey, unfortunately, today, but I don't know who's taking the mantle. Did we decide? Is it you, Luke?
I have this
Yeah.
character sheet linked,
Then it's
but I
you.
don't
Ah,
actually know.
just give it to Luke.
Just give it to
Okay.
Luke.
If
All right.
anyone wants
Yeah.
to know it, just let me know.
Right. Yep.
I mean,
So,
if you guys wanna interject at any point or something, feel free to. Lucky
I
as
object.
maybe if you want.
already?
Okay.
Great. Yep. So if anything happens to Errol, it is Luke's fault. Okay. On to the announcements. Cisco, take it away.
It was gonna be my fault
All right.
anyway.
Thank you for that, Mo, and thank you, guys, players, for welcoming our guests as well. For those of you who are new to our stream and haven't watched our episodes already, you can go on Twitch straight away when our stream finish, and you'll find a bunch there. Otherwise, if you want to see all of them, including our one shots and all our other streams, you can go to our YouTube channel, our Rollers of Fate D&D, and you will find the Curse Strat as well and the Eye of Observation. Also, if you want to send us any fan art or any emails or anything regarding any comments or any whatever, please do so at rollersoffatednd@gmail.com. And we also have a Twitter where we get our up-to-date news and schedules at Fate D&D. Also, some of our games can be a little bit gory and inappropriate, foul language, kids' death, cheeky sex humor, and so on. So please feel free to come back and leave the scene for a second, and I'm sure we'll be finished with it when you return. And lastly, please, if you haven't give us a follow already, please do so. It helps us be part of our community, join us, help us to spread the word of us to as many people as possible. And the bigger we are, the better for all. So thank you very much. And back to you, Mo.
Thank you, Cisco. Yes. All right. I just want to say thank you to all the players here for being with us and everyone who is tuning in from home. Please make yourself comfortable as we settle in to see what mysteries shall be revealed today. Maybe I'll start with this music because I wanted to start differently today. Somewhere in... Nope, that music's too happy. I'll change
What? I mean, we won.
it.
But at what cost? We lost the bugbear.
I mean,
Who?
it sounded pretty dark and mysterious, the music, to be honest.
Bug who?
Wow.
Bug man?
Was it the
Bug
bug
Bunny?
bunny?
Back
was it?
racist?
Bug
Okay. All right, here we go. Retake. Round 2. Somewhere out there in the realm far away, a being sits and speaks to you all. So, as you shiver in the cold and the dark, look into the fire and seeing in its spark my eye watching over you. As you walk in the wind's whistling claws, listen past the howling wolf's jaws, my song comes to you. And when you are lost in the trackless snow, look up high where the eagles go. My star shines for you. In deep, dark mines, or on crumbling peak, hear the words of love I speak. My thoughts are with you. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. The north cannot swallow you. The snow cannot bury you. I will come for you. Faerun will grow warmer, and the gods will smile. But oh, my love, guard yourself well. All this may not happen for a long, long while.
Wow. Amazing.
Have
My
so many
God!
questions.
My
You
God!
sound so friendly.
Yep, my
was
son is
good.
destroying me.
Yeah.
I
um,
might steal it for you and put it in my. But oh yeah, you might have to recite it on Sunday.
fair
Okay.
enough, fair enough. Okay, onto the usual. All right. In the previous episode, on the seal pages of Verglas, Zadimus Fang continued the ritual to siphon the life force of those trapped souls within his realm. The chronolist standing tall, looming over the battle that had commenced. The party soon discovered that by destroying the sigil within the circles of the trapped souls was breaking the ritual and also weakening the archpriest of Vecna himself. Zadimus Fan became desperate and inflicted wound upon himself and to those around in the attempt to stop them, but the cocks were relentless, and as they pushed hard and went limp from time to time, they followed through. But the ritual was coming to a climax, and the 30-foot black chronolith surged with power, and despite all the cock's attempt to stop the ritual, the chronolith took the soul of the bugbear, Doden Thok, and was soon to take Aki's mother too. But it was Arrow who was wounded through this fight, who took his bow and used every ounce of his strength to release a final arrow which pierced the left eye of Zadimus and exploding the Lich's skull, defeating him and stopping the ritual once and for all. And this is where we start our story today.
I also like how the recap doesn't mention the bugbear at all.
It did!
It did?
Yeah!
Did I miss it?
Yeah,
Okay,
you missed it,
sorry.
you missed it. It's okay, it's okay.
That's his name.
I said to say, don't talk, yeah.
Oh,
Dota fuck.
The glow of the chronolith dwindles as silence falls upon the room. A few seconds passes as you all realize that you have just accomplished to stop. You begin to hear cracking sound as the glass surface under you and the surrounding space all shatters into dust, leaving you in the blackened forest of the silent peaks once again. The spirit of the dwarven begin to kind of float out from the floor where they were kind of trapped within. And as they do, they look upon all of you and give you an acknowledging look before they begin to fly away, turning into wisp and disappearing from your sight. Ruin, you feel a part of you that was once taken from you now return to you as you meld with your spirit, which was once taken by this lich being, and you no longer feel the emptiness. No more. And breaking the silence is the sound of coughing and wheezing of the other survivors beginning to break around you. You hear the Owlin coughing in the back, Dulthair as well, grimacing in pain and gritting his teeth, and the distant coughing of the halfling Vergwin Littleglide, Aki's mother. But you do not hear the other sound of the bugbear. As the dust kind of settles around, there you see the rest around you. And the story begins.
Aki will immediately go to his mother and help her up and make sure she's okay. What? Vad fan var det? Vad skedde? Are you okay?
Aki, I feel so weak. Where are we?
Good question. Not sure. Aki will pick her up since she's halfling. So he he had thought to bring out the shield, but I guess he'll leave the shield on his back, have his mum in one arm, the Pathmaker in the other.
Mm.
Where are the rest?
As the dust kind of settles, you do see Dulthea kind of getting up. What happened? What's going on? As he kind of looks around,
Dulthier's okay, boy.
and you hear
Rebus?
Rebus, the Owlin. Cisco, you want to
Yeah.
take him? Oh, he's,
Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm okay.
oh,
That's
where,
3.
where is Dodenthok?
What happened?
Golden.
He
The
looks
bugbear.
around with his big eyes. The shovel hair.
Yeah, the bugbear.
Right. Let's see. Who was close to the bugbear at the time?
Doden.
I think the closest was either you or me, or perhaps Ziggy. Ziggy
Ziggy.
was a bit
Right.
further along, but further up. So either the three of us.
I was gonna say Harold was too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Errol.
Errol's was
Advise him
unconscious
to
at that
Errol.
point.
Is just he's out cold again.
Well, try and get over to the next pod over where the bugbear should be.
And as you come and the dust kind of settles onto the ground, there you see the limp body of Doden.
Doden? It's a terrible name. Doden? What?
Doden!
He just gets closer to
Your mother steps down and she goes to him and starts. You can see her fear in her. It's not moving.
Has it been a minute? Could we help him?
I can't.
Ziggy,
Can you?
could you revivify
What's happened to
him?
him?
I could take a look at it, but I think I'm.
Well, we don't have time on our side. We got to be quick.
I don't think I have. I think I've used the last of my magics to make sure we all lived somewhat.
Aki, do something.
I don't know what
Maybe
to do.
Harold can.
Oh wait! I do have a 3rd level spell. Sorry, I didn't look hard enough.
You could make a medicine check before.
Yeah, I'll make a medicine check
do-
before that. I don't know what that is. 15.
I assume that.
As you
Uh,
as you step down, checking him. There is no breath. There is no pulse. You get this feeling that he's not alive anymore.
No indication.
We have
of time.
diamonds, don't we?
I do. I have diamonds. Do you need a diamond?
I don't know if it will work also in this space. I don't know if it'd work in that space with is that monolith still active?
Well, we'll never know if we don't try it. And he's just gonna look at an imaginary
try.
watch.
Please try something.
I will
The
I will
Owling kind of
try to
creep
cast Burn
freaking
and
out.
Cry.
Alright. As Ziggy places the diamonds upon the chest of Doden Thok.
This is someone else's diamond, right?
It's mine.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Great.
The diamond that I give you?
No, there's another.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll try and cast the spell.
And you focus on your magical essence to use the spell Revivify. And you know that the spell is still within the time limit. The diamond fizzles as being consumed. But there is no answer. He does not wake up. Mark off the diamonds,
I figured.
and the spell stop.
During the
Ziggy?
fight, we saw what looked like was his soul just sucked into that thing.
That is.
I don't-
Wait,
I don't-
break it down, destroy it. We need to
don't
get
think-
Dorothy back!
I don't think
What
there's
is
anything left
happening?
to save.
Even if we did get his, like, there's enough time to cast this spell that I did cast. Yes. However, the fact is, if his soul was able to return, it would. But if it's trapped in there, by the time we get it out, even if we could, it would be beyond my capabilities to heal him. It would have to be high level
Did it-
magic, maybe even.
Did any of us even try to attack the pillar?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
cool.
me try. And you see,
Ultir.
Uzultir just take a weapon from Harold and just try whacking it against the chronolith, but literally no effect. You see him. Why is this so?
The owling will move his hand in the air and feathers kind of flop everywhere, and you'll see this kind of ball of fire as well going towards the monolith coming out of his hands. And as he does, you see almost like he's actually doing nothing to it, it just fizzles away on the surface of it.
This magic is beyond us.
Hold on, listen, everyone, listen. Bruce is talking to the caravan members. I saw what looked like energy, his soul, be sucked into it. I don't think there's anything left to save. I think whatever was him that went in there, it's been devoured.
Or
I don't know,
transported to somewhere else.
Really quick, while they're talking, could I try to check Zadimus's body for anything? I know there was a book that was mentioned.
Yeah, as you don't have to make an investigation, because as you look around to see what he has, the only thing that kind of potentially remains in his carcass is the book, the black book itself.
There was inside his chest cavity.
Ugh.
As you kind of pick it up. As you pick it up, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at these.
Go quickly runs towards Ruin as he does that.
Did I say I was great at these?
Add 3 to it. Because
8.
It's not gonna make a difference.
no, it's not.
Oh, you got the aura now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
nice.
like, why is he running to? Okay, I get it.
Okay, yeah, that's why.
That's not better.
Well, yeah, as that happens, what are the rest of you doing?
How hurt does Vergwin look, Aki's mum? Does she look like she's lost health? Like, could they be could hit points be restored? Is what I'm angling for.
It's not about HP; they are exhausted. You could say in that terms.
All right, that's
You could say they're potentially 4 or 5 level of exhaustion, so they're very, very, very low.
Wow.
Okay, that's no good.
Is that multiple people?
All
or
of them.
just shit. Okay.
All three of them. Yeah.
Okay.
The 4th one's dead, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Wow.
want.
Zadimus thing.
I think we should try and get out of here.
Everyone make a perception check at this point.
Okay.
Apart from you, Ruben.
Yeah.
Team.
Okay, yeah. I think that's good enough. Bruce, Aki, Aku will inform Mr.
Mine didn't come through.
Oh,
A 21.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
13.
Yeah, okay. Everyone, apart from, I guess, Harold, who's kind of just still patching up his own wounds. You all watch as you see Ruin not paying attention, but just staring at this book. It's like he's just fascinated. He hasn't opened it. He hasn't done anything. He's just staring at it. He's like he's frozen in status at the moment.
Ruin, even I know you have to open the book if you want to read it. Come on.
Oh, don't. Let him. This is a learning moment. Let him figure that out.
Bruce will walk towards him, and as he's walking towards him, you see his eyes suddenly glow a sort of a silver color. If everyone will pretty well for perception there, and he mutters under his breath, "What are you?" And he's going to cast Detect Magic on this thing.
On the book?
Yes, it's how do I display?
You did it the first time.
I did it twice.
Yeah, that's okay. All right.
So it's almost like he kind of goes into autopilot. His face goes a bit blank. His eyes suddenly glow a silver color, and as the spell, as he reaches out, he goes, "What you. And there's a silver light goes out of his eyes and his mouth, just like that. And he's detecting magic in the 30-foot sphere from myself.
Okay. Immediately you feel the surrounding magic coming from your allies for their magical items and stuff like that. The chronolith itself, there is this magic which goes more stronger when it gets to the pinnacle, to the top of the point. And there is a magical presence from the book. Cisco, how do you want to determine the book magic?
I guess the book magic is a mix of all magics together. Is something so powerful that is beyond levels of schools of magic. It's just like
It's raw power.
Yeah, it's
Raw
raw
magical
power,
power.
ancient kind of like it's got like a very ancient feeling to it.
So it's like the stuff.
Also,
where
as well, if I may add quickly, but you finish, Bruce. First,
I was going to say
and
it's
then-
almost like you've got like the schools of magic, and then like the stuff that you can make it from.
Yeah, like the weave, like pretty much. There is the shadow weave. That's the kind of magic you get from there. You all know that at some point there was this shadow weave that is like a necromancy, dark magic, evil magic weave where evil practitioners take their magic from, and that's what you feel is the raw essence of the shadow weave. You
Okay.
can make a religion check actually if you want with that, or history, and you only, Bruce, as you are kind of focusing on that.
They're both equally average, so
Okay.
5. To be fair, he
Yeah.
wouldn't know what this is. He just knows
Yeah.
that that's really old magic. This is not a school.
Yeah.
This is where the schools of magic came from. That'd be about what he picks up from it anyway.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
Also, if you more lets me add a tiny bit thing as well. When you actually do the detect magic, for a second, you feel that you saw kind of like all these symbols that illuminate for a second, only to you, just on the corner of the monolith.
as for the duration of the spell, his eyes are still glowing that sort of silver while he's concentrating on this. Ruin, put that down. Put it down. I don't. He's looking around. There's this glow from all these things he's not seen before, and he's looking very unsettled. Just what the fuck?
You think you see an inscription on the monolith?
I don't want to put it down.
I think you need to.
No.
It's not what I want. It's about need.
I like this book.
Yeah, it's old magic. It's really, really old.
Yes, and that's why I need this book.
No, you want the book. You don't need it. You want the book. It's dangerous.
I risked my life to be here. I deserve this book.
And if it kills you or us, then what does it matter?
Then you obviously, if it kills you guys, you're too weak for this book. It's my book.
What about you?
It won't kill me. It's my book. It's mine.
Haven't you learned from
Shut
our
up.
lives to not trust a book?
I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna make fun of the Smeagol.
No. I will say though, as this is happening, if he's seeing it, he will like try to sneakily get out the scroll of Great Restoration to see if I can. Is he cursed or attuned right now?
You don't know?
No. Okay, then I'll just try to suffocate him with the scroll.
Shove it down his mouth.
No, that's not what I'll do. But if I do it, that's what I'll try to
He said doo-doo.
do. Wow, you're so mature.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, just suffocate him with the scroll.
Can I try to stick
That's how that works, right?
the book inside my jacket?
Would I have noticed that there's magic on the book has done something to Ruin's mind through the detect magic?
No, you wouldn't be able to tell in that state, but you're unsure why he's saying that. You know he can be quite reckless and spontaneous in terms of things, and he's a dragon. He's got greed, you know. So you don't know if he's doing that or if it's the book. It's hard to tell with him. So.
All right, and I'll turn and have a look at the monolith
well-
fences to ignore him being
well,
he's being a
Ruin.
brick again.
Ruin, I'm just gonna say this now. If you're that dead set on the book, I hope you like fish people, because I'm not staying here for you.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I've
ruler
got
of
my
the
book.
realm wanted it. Remember?
Shh, you can't have my book.
She
she'll
can
take it
have
from
the
you.
book. And
We're
even
not
if
going
your
back.
hand, yes, we are. We kind of need to pass through there.
I risked my life for this book as much as anyone else.
You
I found this. It's my book.
You didn't risk your life for the book. You risked your life for those, and I'll point to Aki's family. You risked your life for them.
Aki,
Yes.
while this conversation is happening, the glow of your sword. I'm sorry, the sword begins to glow in your hand. And your hand instinctively aims towards Ruin. And then there's this green shine, like a radiant light that shines towards him. All of a sudden, Ruin, you snap out of it. And the book's in your thing, but how did it get there? Do you remember going to the book, but then you don't remember putting it in your jacket?
Oh, my book. Oh, hi guys.
Wait. What? The hell?
I don't know what happened.
I'm gonna
What
keep
was-
the book just tucked in my jacket then, and just kind of like puff my collar.
Ruin.
What?
Can you put that on the ground, please?
No. My book. The book.
Is still. Is this effect still happening?
You see it kind of fizzing out, and Bruce, you begin to see that there is this power conflict between the radiant light and the book, and there is the light from the sword is trying to push away whatever this is doing to Ruin at the moment, giving you a moment to kind of get him to release the book.
Right. All right, Ruin. Asking is obviously not something you seem to understand or respect, so I'm just going to tell you what's happening right now. This book is doing something to you. Whatever's happening with the sword there, it's fighting against it, and it's making sure that your mind is your own. So just put it down for a second. Make sure it lets you go. We don't know what's in this thing. It's old magic. This is older than anything we could fathom.
I'll put the book down, but I still have dibs on it, and I'll take the book out and just slap it on the ground.
I mean, sure, if you want to fight the ruler of this realm for it, but be my guest, because we're now.
I will fight anyone for anything.
All right, good luck with that then. Right.
As the book slams on the ground, the radiant magic starts to coalesce back, and from the sword, it kind of wraps around your hand and around your fingers onto your thumb, and the blackness begins to kind of dissipate until the thimble once again appears. And as the black thimble begins to kind of change, it turns into a green kind of emerald color, still kind of metallic, but still got that color, and ding, 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 just falls onto the ground itself.
Aki will kick it as hard as he can.
Wait! What did I just see? What happened there? Just radiant magic and
I'll continue on as he kicks it across. You can deattune from the thimble now. However,
We did it!
However, Bruce, you see as it kind of goes past you and your detect magic is still on, there is still magical property within this thimble itself. But you sense that, this feeling that you're getting, this belief and understand. You've given yourself to a deity, and now she's given you the ability to feel this presence from things magical around. Let it be just divine magic or just arcane magic, magical raw magic around you, and you sense that the thimble itself, whatever dark or corrupted magic it was possessing on Aki, has been destroyed. But
cleansed.
it has been cleansed. But the magical property whatever it could do before still remains.
Yeah, just imagine that when you focus on it, you hear Gregorian chanting kind of thing on the background for a second.
Ole, 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 ole.
Well, I mean, at least that's sorted. We don't have to try and cut off your hand.
Yeah. Oh,
This
uh,
one's so
um,
cool.
It still could be.
it's green.
It's clean.
Well,
Can I, Aki focusing on that is going to try and divine sense it.
Finally, thank you. I was gonna do it. I was waiting for you to do it.
I've got
Yeah,
more. It's cool.
Yagu said that in character. He's like, I was waiting to do that. Oh, thank God he did it.
Were you divine sensing on what?
On the thimble, I'm absolutely focused on that, and I want to know what the hell just happened and if it's safe now.
Well, Bruce has told you it's been cleansed. Like whatever was corrupting it,
Still,
it's gone now.
But the last thing you told Aki about the thimble was it was crawling up his arm while he was unconscious, so we're checking it.
I'm getting a heads up.
The
from
coloration
someone
that
else.
you had before when it was put onto your thumb, or when you put it, it is now a completely different color to that, and immediately you feel the kind of same presence of your new divine weapon upon this thimble now as well, as if it has changed its destination.
Bruce will give it to you.
Yeah,
Sure.
Aki will still send out a mage hand because he's not moving away from where he is to get it back.
Bruce walks past the mage hand and plops it in your hands.
Thank you.
His eyes are still glowing silver while this detect magic business is going on.
Well, yeah, detect magic is anything within 60 feet. So what do I get when he walks towards me with the silver eyes?
Bruce, you see, you see the you feel this presence that you felt once before, when you were in the what were the frog people called, the Gripply village. When his eyes grew this same divine color when he was trying to close this crypt of this serpent being or god that was trying to come out. And Saloon bestowed that power to him. And this, what you see now, is maybe Saloon deciding that it is time for her to give him some of her divine ability. And you've seen this with Yagu, with his in Eldath. And you kind of get that kind of feeling that there is a divine being now looking over Bruce, but even bestowing her powers.
How are you feeling there, bro?
I'm a bit beaten to shit, but I don't know. It feels like something here.
It shows.
What do you mean?
You know how I sometimes play that trick where I change how my eyes look to freak people out?
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yours have done something.
You what?
They're silver.
Oh, I'm assuming that Maz's mirror ascending is also a mirror, yeah?
Yeah.
Just double checking.
Yep, it's a mirror of sending.
Oh. Oh god, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good look.
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing.
It kind of fits you.
Oh, thank you. By the way,
as long as you're okay.
I feel good. Yeah, I feel good, and I've never been better. And as he says, never been better, and taps you on the shoulder. I cast Cure Wounds.
What, by accident?
Isn't it?
Yes. Because you've had a lot of fun with casting spells by accident, so until he knows and Saloon is sort of downloading all this information into his head.
That's... I know Kung Fu. Yeah.
So you heal for 8.
Oh, lovely, thank you
That's
very much.
pretty good, that's pretty good.
And the same thing happens. He touches you, the eyes glow brighter, and then there's the light out of his mouth again as he's like, never been better! And some of your wounds heal up.
Cool.
Wow, he's... Well, it seems someone's taking your style there, Yardu. Don't kill him.
Wait, what?
Huh.
You
Healing
all,
people? I don't think we need fewer people who can do that. If
You-
the last hour or so is anything to go by.
you all begin to hear the ground tremble a little bit.
Speaking
I'll use Mage Hand to pick up the book and then put it in my backpack.
speaking of the last hour, let's fucking get that all.
I really wanted to see
Time
what was
to
on that
run.
monolith before we run, so I run
Oh.
the sprint past him. Can I read any of it?
Well, you,
We
Sure.
already tried.
yeah, as you kind of go through it, behind you all, you hear the sound of large footsteps as a familiar beast of burden starts strolling in, and you see the whole caravan just go Lilyfoot, and they all just start running towards the Wogmith, and you just see him and kind of just slumber down, everyone kind of giving him rubs and stuff like that. You see Rebus kind of just tapping the creature on the head awkwardly, and and then on top on the side of that you see Mu, the Kilmuli or the brownie, and on top of that there is a third person, a female. Cisco, why don't you describe who this person is?
Should we go quickly back to the monolith
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
can
yeah.
get out of the way?
Yeah,
yeah,
I want to
before
get my
because
stuff
it's gonna
done.
be
This
a
is
lot
Ross's-
of
This
it's
is
gonna
Ross's
be more things
time,
happening.
so I want to get this out of the
Yeah,
way.
so as you read it, it's weird because you feel that the reason why you see this is because you have the detect magic still active, and the letters themselves are incomprehensible to you. But in your mind, as you look at it, you can read clearly. When the flames of renewal turn seas into storms of death and mist of change,
I'm sorry.
the darkest moon will rise again to dominate. As the last breath of an era of the living hits the ground, from the bones of the divine and the remnants of an elder evil, the forgotten true ruler will ascend. I'll put it there for you.
Thank you, because I got as far as when the flames of renewal, and then you kind of got ahead of me
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So that's for you. And then as you kind of see that and kind of read it, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, shit. Do I have to? Do I have to?
Bardic inspiration if I can. Fucking hell, I'll need it.
Am I adding to this then? Plus
The DC is 24.
What?
Okay, so it could,
All right, Bruce dies.
it could happen with the Bardic inspiration if you were better.
As you all focus while this creature appear and the woman and all that for a second, as you all look, you see Bruce banging his head on the monolith. Bruce, you take a D6 per round.
A D6
Oh, wow.
per round.
Yeah.
Oh.
So first will be four points of bludgeoning damage as you hit your head on it.
Make another save, by the way.
Yeah. You do one
Can
save.
I cast Hold Person on Bruce?
Charisma save.
You could, yeah. Go ahead. That will happen before the second save, so yeah. Go
That's
and
fine.
make
I'll
a wisdom
summon-
saving throw, I think.
Yeah, I'll summon the Serpent's Fang and just the tip of the blade will chip off and then like embed itself in his arm, stopping him, trying to paralyze him.
Sounds good.
And it's at second level.
Make a save. Wisdom saving throw, Bruce.
Wisdom saving throw.
If you roll good on this, I'll hate you forever. I promise.
11.
Yes. Yes, it's a 17 DC.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what happens, Ruin? How does it look when Bruce
So as
your magic?
the tip of the serpent's fang, just the chip of the blade will extend and then go into his arm. Up his arm, it'll just look like it's his skin's turning to stone, and he's just gonna freeze for a couple of, I don't know how long this lasts.
1 minute.
For 1 minute, he looks like a bruised statue.
Ruin, as you also look at that, you see that there is other source of, another magic that's coming from this chronolith. That is whatever venom or arcane venom that you've inserted into him. You begin to see it slowly being seeping out of where it pierced as well. Trying to push it out so he can continue doing what he's doing.
As I said earlier, fucking skedaddle.
Yeah, we need to stop messing with stuff that we're not familiar with.
Oh my god, Ruin.
Aki's gonna run over and grab Bruce and dimension door him in the direction of the Wogmouth.
Okay.
Yeah, in the contest of my skull and the monolith, my skull's not winning. Not with 11 health. Now 7.
So as you, Bruce, as you are taken away by Aki's dimension door, how does your dimension door looks like, Aki?
I imagine because it's cast through the Pathmaker, that all of these effects have a green tint to them. So it's like a disappearing backwards into a green cloud kind of a thing.
Oh, nice, yeah. Cool. Like once upon a time, kind of the green witch smoke.
Yeah, a
And
little
then
bit.
yeah, okay. Cool. And in the moment you are further away from the monolith, Bruce, your mind returns and you realize that somehow the monolith has controlled you for a second, and it feels very scary. It was really hard to overcome it.
Aki's gonna grab him by the face and look at both sides of him and look in his eyes. What the fuck? What the fuck?
The words I couldn't read them, but they were in my head, and then everything was. And then I'm over here, and
You're all right. You're all right.
What the fuck is this magic?
Yeah.
Is this all magic?
Welcome
this
to
is
pain.
powerful magic. And then the woman that was on top of the creature, you see these kind of discs start appearing underneath her feet as she starts descending down to your level. And as she does, you see she's got white, long hair, like imagine like a manga character kind of size, all the way to her waist. She's very young, beautiful woman. She's got purple eyes. She's dressed clad in leathers, like really tight leathers. You see on the leathers as well, there is all these daggers kind of like all around her belts and different things. You see media daggers, and she's got like a cape. She also has a pointy hat, like a black leather pointy hat. And you see she's wearing like a stiletto boots all the way to her thighs. And the points on the heels are so sharp that you think that she could injure you greatly with them. But she's very, she's got a lot of class, and kind of like the way she's moving is very like princess-like, you know? And she starts like sexily descending, looking towards you. The two of you who are really close, you can make a perception check, Aki and Bruce, as she starts descending.
Just rattled my skull off this thing a few times, so I bet I don't roll well here.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
you're
never
a bit taken. Oh, nice. Okay. The both of you notice she has a chicken claw, like a chicken feet tattoo on her cheek. Like imagine like upside down, you know? Normally it will be like the chicken will walk like that, so this is the other way around. So it's upwards.
And Aki's kind of standing. He'll move over in front of Bruce. Beastie, who's this? He says to the Kumruli.
Hi, is you go move first if you want.
Oh, Aki Flamacaster. This is Sibylna, the ruler of the land.
Kind of makes a bow as he says that.
Why have you come here? You want this book as well?
Our traveler called me. I'm sorry, I couldn't come before. Something was blocking my magic. I tried, but I couldn't get here.
Well,
Are
you
you
did a
guys
great
okay?
Our traveler?
Yes, the one and only, our traveler, the traveler.
You
And
follow
she
him
kind of
too?
like bows as she notices your weapon.
Oh.
I see. He's blessed you.
In the nick of time.
She looks
Okay.
around and you see kindness in her eyes, concern. She realized that she looks at you, Ziggy, as you said that you did a really good job, and you see
She did.
remorse in her eyes. I'm sorry. I really wanted to. How could I say no to our? I'm sorry. What happened here? Why wasn't I able to come here? I feel this place is changing. What is this? What the hell is those two things? And she points towards the monolith and somehow instinctively on the direction of the book, even though it might not be visible. Wow. That's strong.
This was Zadimus Fang. If you know. Do you know who this was? Zadimus.
No, I don't know of any Sadimos Fang. Should I know him?
I think it's better you did not. He is connected to... Shit, we can't say his name. What do we call him?
Vicky.
Veronica?
He was a follower of an undead, ugly god guy who wants to come back. We're not going to name.
He's nicknamed for having one eye.
Could I use prestidigitation to spell Vecna into the ground?
Oh.
Yeah. Good. She looks as you kind of see that her face, as you are telling her the clues, she starts to connect, but then in the moment you say Vecna, she goes like, and she gasps.
I slap Rune against the back of the head.
I could spell that.
Don't. But just don't.
I'll start like slapping him like this.
She kind of flickers her hair for a second as you are talking. And all of you, she's one of those women that even if you are not into women, you will think she's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. She's got like this beauty that is like flawless, you know? There is nothing on her that you could say she's not perfect, you know? It's like one of those. And as she speaks, she knows it. You can see as well the way she moves. She's very like Pamela Anderson kind of like movements kind of thing back on her days. So she's very aware of how amazing she is looking.
Bruce is standing there looking at her going, "Hey, Dorothy, a bit rash."
I'm sorry, I should start by introducing myself. I am Sibylna, ruler of Prismere. Welcome to my domain. I'm sorry you had this experience. Aki, Ziggy, Bruce, Yagu, and she starts naming you all. Did I got all that right? And she smiles.
Yeah, Josh.
Why are
Nice
you
to
here?
meet
Just the traveler sent you, but now.
Yes, I was meant to help you, but I tried to use my magic, but somehow he felt that this was a different realm altogether. It was a different domain, and the magic of something was blocking me out.
Well, that something is dead now.
Can you do something about that? And you point to the monolith.
Miss Sibylna, says the halfling as she kind of looks to the side of her, all kind of wounded and dragging herself on the ground. She goes, My
Oh, my
Oh,
little one.
one,
Yes.
one of our caravan members, they're stuck in there. Can you take him out at the monolith? We will be
Oh,
so grateful.
of course. Where is he? She starts looking around.
The Bruce said he got sucked in, right?
Yeah, some energy was taken from him into there, like I devoured it. We tried to some kind of spell to bring him back, and nothing. I'm getting the impression there's nothing there to save, because it's in that or just eaten.
Okay, maybe we should start with this. And you see, she points out her finger towards the monolith as she gets a little closer, and you see her finger kind of extends and get black. Her nail kind of grows like really sharp, and from it you see a beam of necrotic energy, like really strong. As he hits the monolith, you see the monolith shatters for a second, and on the side of it, a crack appears on the very corner of the monolith. She looks at it. Wow. Only that? What is... She starts looking. What is your friend? I feel this thing. It's like... There is so much darkness on this thing. Sorry, but... Whatever of your friends died, there is no way for me to release it yet. But I have to figure it out. I could figure this out. This could be a way to save so many people. I feel so many souls trapped within.
Oh, shit. Well, at least there's
And
hope.
that book, that's pure hatred.
Yeah, the
From Vicky as well, I guess. She's mad.
I think Bavlorna or Bavlorma wants the book.
My sister?
Yeah,
What?
she wants
Did
it.
my sister have something to do with this?
She
Wasn't
struck
she
a
also?
deal.
Oh, God, you're related to the frog bitch. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, my bloody sister. And you see she kind of like kicks on the floor for a second with her heel. As she does, you see like a sparks, like kind of like a sparks, like almost like if he had like a weapon on her heel. What has she done again?
She was partnered up with Zadimus here.
She was aware of what was going on and helping with collecting the souls. And
This is
she wants the book.
unacceptable.
I will say, though, she was getting bored of it.
Are you defending her?
No, I'm just saying, just pointing out the whole story. She was getting bored of him. However,
And what is those
I don't want to
huge
go back to her.
pair of scissors? What is that as well?
Aki has
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. This is this was a means to save who we could. But
I feel the same magic from the book, and the monolith is also on those scissors, you know, right?
Aki drops the scissors.
Oh, pick them up. They're not hurting you.
How did so much darkness get here? These Sadimos that you speak of.
If you are the ruler of the realm, how is it possible you did not know?
Well, I have delegated to my 3 sisters. For the time being, I have been rather occupied with other matters. You see, I'm one of those beings that are in many places all at once. And I have my fingers somewhere else at the moment, in a land far, far away, beyond the mists. And I have been focused there quite a bit, but I never thought, what did I do?
I mean, if it means anything
She's
to
gonna
you,
pay for this. She's gonna pay for this.
She also took something from us, something important to our friend here, Yagu.
Yeah,
What did she take?
she took a friend of mine.
If there's anything you could do to help him get his friend back, we would appreciate that help.
What is his name?
Well, I don't know.
What do you call him?
Oh, I never called him, I just poked at him.
I thought he was Mossy.
Oh, you called it Mossy. I don't know if his name is Mossy. He
I
never
just
told
need
me.
one name. It doesn't matter who calls it the name. It just has to be a name.
he called him
Oh,
A
friend.
given name.
He called him friend.
Friend. Mossy.
real?
Mossy is more specific. Okay. Yagu, you instantly feel on the back of your shell there is something there. And as you look, Mossy is back. She kind of bows and makes a reverence. Kind of like, you don't have to thank me.
Wow, no consequences, isn't that right?
My fucking sister. Well, please, can we take a second? Let's sit down. And she flick her fingers and there is like a lounge appear in the middle where you are, like sofas and curtains. Like imagine like a lounge appears in the middle of the cave with very comfortable, like a chilling area you will imagine in a bar or something like that. Like a lounge area.
I think I'll just go and have a seat right there. It feels good.
Drinks appear in your hand, your favorite drinks, each of you.
Right.
Food in the middle. Selection of all your favorite things as well. And she sits down on the highest of the chairs that seems to be like a throne-like. Okay. Please, indulge me.
What
You wish to
exactly-
know? Yeah, you wish to know what happened?
I know that the traveler sent you here. He needed your help as much as he needed mine. However, my message somehow was delayed. I don't know why. I guess maybe this Sadimos creature, maybe my sister. I don't really understand. By the time I got it, I tried to make my way here to the Silent Peaks, but it seemed like the Silent Peaks were not in my domain anymore. Until now, it feels like my home again. My magic is working fully, so it is my domain now. But it wasn't until a few minutes ago. And I wouldn't say I serve the traveler. I worship the traveler. I'm aware of his power, and he is a higher entity for all of us in here. And I owe him many favors, and I let you down. So this is my side of the story. Like I say, I'm Sibylna. My 3 sisters rule this place now, and I see they're not doing very well. And trust me, my apologies.
Well,
I
If-
will punish her.
if we're going round this circle, talking about faults, I guess mine is the biggest for trusting Zadimus.
Nymor.
I mean, you and Dorothea both warned me not to take him, and you felt something wrong with him, but I didn't listen. I felt in my gut, and I was wrong. And I
That
am
is
so
how-
sorry.
That is how he lived his life. He was false.
What Aki is saying is right. It's not your fault. It was my mistake to keep my eye off him. I should have known he was trying to do something, play games with us. But honestly, I didn't know he would take it this far.
As he downs an ale, Bruce says, he was a predator and a parasite. He's been making sport and a profession of duping anyone and everyone for a long, long time. This isn't on you, it's on him. It's because you didn't spot him. Plenty of others who didn't.
The Owling will mention as well. Well, I thought he was a bit, but I felt sorry for him. What can I say? I did try to help him, but I'm sorry to.
Did he say anything that would be helpful to any of you? What he's planning? Who else he knew?
All he said to us is that he knows a nice special place where we would never want to return back. And that was the last thing he said before we were warped to this realm, and he used his, like you mentioned, looking towards Bruce, parasitic magic to weaken us. I was outnumbered and couldn't protect the caravan. You see him?
He kept talking about the Golden Star. He did mention the Golden Star.
Oh, I know about the Golden Star.
You do? What is
Yeah.
that?
Well, it was back when and I'll point at the Owlin, I forget his name.
Rebus.
Rebus.
It was back when I read his mind.
Oh.
He'd said something about. I have it in my notes here somewhere. If someone wants to keep talking.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Rebus, you tell us.
He said that the Golden Star will mark the beginning of the new rise of the gods. Yeah.
Oh.
A new deities reborn, remade. He kept saying reborn, remade.
Reborn, remade. And what? Just the star appearing in the sky would mark this?
Yeah. Mm.
Is it there?
Nope. You see, as you're having this conversation, you see Sibylna twitches her brow a little.
Oh, you know something about this?
Oh, yes, coincidentally, I know a place where there is some golden star that just appear out of nowhere.
Where?
A land beyond the mist called Darkon.
Shit.
Oh no.
And you actually remember that when you went to Darkon, you did saw that golden star there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember that.
This was the star that was closer than the clouds were.
It's the golden star appearing different worlds, day and night times. That's what the Owlin was thinking.
Oh, son of a bitch! Downs another drink.
I've heard.
I'm not going back to Darkon.
I refuse to go back. Nope.
No, this is my business. That's what I'm doing in the domains of dread. Sibylna mentions. I'm
How long have
investigating.
you been investigating it?
Well, I do have family, far away family, back in the milieu and Barovia, and I do have quite a few sisters of mine who help. I have many eyes and ears in the domains of dread, all around.
But how long have you been?
Let's say that a part of me has always been there. It's a bit complicated for, no offense for mortals like you.
Mortals. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Mm.
Do you not know?
I go by naming many names as well.
May I ask something of you? Your powers are clearly greater than mine, and after we were in Darkon, something is different with me. I wonder if you could look inside me and see if there is something from Darkon here that should not be.
Oh, I don't need to look inside you. I see the both of you. Well, mainly you. You are becoming one of those soulless ones. Well, I see half of you is missing. Your soul is not there anymore. A fragment of it is gone. Your aura is broken.
Broken.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Only a very powerful deity can do that.
I think is maybe the one whose name is written on the ground.
Zybilna will also
Yeah.
feel the presence of whatever was taken has been replaced by something else in there too. Not from Darkon, but something else. Something deep within him.
Yeah. She will kind of say that.
Yeah.
What about, sorry, I don't want to speak out of turn because I can't fully, what does she see on Ruin actually more? Maybe you can help on Sabina's eyes. What would she say about Ruin? If it's okay with you.
When Zybilna looks towards you, Ruin, she'll say, she has a kind of a slight smirk, and she says, "How strange. You are trapped in this vessel. But trapped with divine and trapped with not darkness, but evil magic as well."
Evil, that's impossible. I was tricked by 2 gnome clerics. And they don't worship an evil deity like Zadimus did. No.
Well, it seems as they are in tandem. As if they've unified this magic somehow. It's amusing. But I can see the little version of you trying to claw its way out. It is kind of cute.
Not actually.
Like the
Don't you
kobold.
have an obelisk to go bang your head into, Bruce?
It's fine. I'm knocking back another pint if you don't mind. Cute.
I'll use Mage Hand to tip the drink over his mouth.
His mouth is very wide. He catches all of it.
And you, smart one, you are not alone, are you? He looks at you, Ziggy.
No, I should be alone. These lot should have fixed them. Or did you all?
Well,
Did you all fuck
we
up
got
that?
you have a jackpot this time, I'm telling you.
Well, this has been a great conversation. I now hate your guts. I'm just gonna say that now. If I'm having another
You
voice in my head
hated
to
my
deal with.
gods the moment you saw me. I know.
Yes. I hate everyone's guts. However, it's more so now. Great. Another thing to deal with.
Yeah, well, just my advice. Don't listen to him too much, but he can be very helpful. He is very powerful. Very.
You couldn't even say his name. I'm not gonna probably listen.
Oh, he
Already been burnt
might not.
once.
In the mist he shall remain, they say.
Oh, I intend to.
Well, I don't know what we're going to do here, but I would rather rest somewhere more pleasant than this place, if that's okay, Aki. Can we go home?
Could you answer one more question real quick? I'm so sorry. And I'll talk to
Zybilna?
Sabelna.
What's the question?
Of course.
And I'll telepath this to her. Can you tell me how to undo it?
You hear undo what in your mind?
The magic that's got me binded inside this vessel.
She will reply to you, this magic, even though you might not believe me, is almost beyond me too. It has the same, I'll tell you a hint, I feel the same energy that I feel from my boy sometimes. A conflict within.
Are you able to
The
specify what the
divine and the divine and the inferno continuing the endless war. Ruan, make a wisdom saving throw as you have been propped into your mind with detect thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You'll...
Oh,
See how you like it, bitch.
Jaku runs away this time. You don't get a +3.
A natural one!
Yes!
Oh wow! Okay, that makes
plus
that makes
everything.
Yes!
that makes sense.
Just I was just about to say the same damn thing. I literally was. I was about to say, can I detect thoughts? Am I still able to though? I really wanted to do that though. I promise you. Could we have a battle of the detect thoughts?
Sure, please. As you, let's say that because she's got in your mind now, so it's kind of like in a way she's probing in. But yeah, go ahead. I'll do.
I can't believe
Oh,
I rolled
she's
a
like
natural one.
she's like Archfey or something, and you're just going to probe her mind. I
you'll
don't
be
think
at
so.
28 for her. With the 18 on the die. Yeah, and she's got a plus 10.
+3 because Jaku's next.
Oh, Rusty.
Yeah, and plus 3, yeah. So
31.
so 30, yeah. 31.
Please
That
tell
means I
me-
got a.
Please
that means
tell
I
me the
got
last.
7.
Please tell me the last time I detect magic, I'm just seeing like the magic in the air, kind of going. Psh, psh, and then,
Yeah, you see like the whole wave
I was
like,
gonna say, that's what I wanted
entangling
to look
around.
like.
I know. We're just
like,
going
even-
back. He's like, "What the fuck is going on in the air between those two?" As he's drinking another pint.
Even though like Ruin's still a fairy, like his shadow and his magic, his aura that is not normally seen unless you have detect magic. It's Ignis itself, like the giant dragon, and it's just roaring, trying to detect thoughts into her.
Upon seeing this, Bruce puts what's left of his pint down and goes, "Maybe no more today."
Yeah, you know what?
then-
I'm gonna be really cheeky here as well. I'll imagine when the moment she start probing into your mind, Ruin, you kind of like try for a second to resist it, but at that second, you look at her dress and you realize that her nipples have gone hard
Oh, for
because
fuck's
it's kind of
Fuck.
cold. So it's like a leather kind of like, and that's what makes you completely fail on everything. So you're just like, wow, you know, that
Listen, I was gonna say,
realization
Ruin
makes
normally only has
her
the
go
crush on,
right to your mind. You know, I'm
Ruin
sorry.
had a crush on
whoever's watching.
one person, and that was the lady that was trying to get Bruce and Aki in trouble.
I mean, she's you look at this woman and you think she's a sex symbol. Yep. And Ruin, as she's probing in your mind, what is your intention? What does Ruin plan to do if he was free from whatever you are asking her to free you with? That's what she's probing in your mind to find out. What do you plan to do if you become you again?
If Ruin was able to become Ignis again, the first thing he would start to do is fly back to his mountain and build back up his horde, and he'd still want to work his way into becoming as close to a god himself as he can, like Tiamat and Bahamut.
It's very subtle, you know. She's just looking at you and smiling, and while she's reading your thoughts, she's just talking to the rest of you as well. So while this is happening, does any of you have any other questions for her? She'll be like quiet.
You just said you saw something that was what did you see? You can't just say something like that and then move on.
Like I said, I see that half of your aura is missing. Each person, the souls are divided, right? You all know that. There is different fragments based on different things. Some creatures have more fragments than others, but all of us have fragmented souls, and I see a piece of your soul has been taken and is gone.
There's nothing
Back in the
replacing it.
domains.
It's just gone.
Well, there is, in your case, Mo, you want to interject on this, actually?
Well, in your case, something has filled that emptiness. It is akin to you, and looks towards Ruud and then back to you. But far more older. Perhaps even older than me, myself.
Do you have a name? I hear names.
No, I do not know what name. You hear name? I don't understand. What do you mean?
I know things I should not know. When I see dragons, when I see what's left of dragons.
Then whatever is in you knows them and knows it.
That is half an answer more than I had, so thank you.
Of course. Well, do any of you have any further question? I am... Yes?
Yeah. Can you get us out of here? Because
It's
I
like
wanna
you
go back
just
to the
read
farewell.
my mind. I was just about to offer to return you back to
Also,
where you are from.
if you're willing to piss off this sister, we can keep these books and scissors, right?
Well,
I'll put the book in my backpack.
The book is bad news.
Yes.
I can't see
but
it anymore,
if it
but
gets
We're
ruined
not gonna
killed,
use the book. We're gonna give it to
If-
Candlekeep.
If that's probably a worse idea, but if it gets ruined killed, this is a learning experience.
I don't think you can learn much when you're dead.
I've
Yep.
already died once. It's fine.
Yes, and I'll ensure you come back to learn your lessons.
I am going to study here this chronolith, or monolith, should say, and see what I can do to releasing your companion. She looks towards Aki's mother, and the other souls that seem to be trapped either within it or wherever they have been siphoned to. The book, it could potentially help. If you are willing to depart with it and leaving it to me, I am happy to, and if not, you may take it to Candlekeep. I know that that place is renowned for magic and understanding of old history. They may discern something, but as you may know, she looks towards Bruce, this is far beyond the understanding of mortal beings. And it is a risk if you take it. So I would recommend you leave it with me. But the choice is yours. But the scissors? The scissors are bound to this realm. I would suggest you just leave those with me.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Just to be sure.
Errol will also insight check because he has a better insight than. Oh wait, no, he doesn't. Ziggy will still insight check.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Wow.
insight?
Bruce is a bit
Yeah, no.
tipsy right now and concussed.
25.
Okay, nice.
What part of the conversation, Ziggy?
Just you can leave the scissors with me and the thing about the book, probably.
Her intentions are right. She is, when she told you that it's bound to this realm, she's not lying. The scissors are bound to this realm, so you won't be able to take them.
Take them then, I don't care.
The book, she's saying as well. But just like everyone else, you know, you've all had this feeling, and Ziggy, you would also too. Every time you kind of glance at the book itself, there's this urge. No, it's not like a crazy urge to just go and grab it, but almost as feels like it's important.
Oh,
It's important. That kind
I-
of just, you know, maybe should I? You know, you get this tingling feeling like I want it. You know, but it's very, very subtle. Obviously, what happened to Ruin seems to be much more immediate because he touched it.
No, I think I'm thinking like, Ziggy's noticing that he's like, but if Ruin wants it,
I
should ignore that feeling.
Yeah. Sorry, Ruin, go ahead. Slip what you want to say in.
I was gonna say I said it a little bit ago. When she was like when the ground was shaking, I did say I was gonna mage hand it and put it into my backpack, so I wasn't touching it.
Okay.
Okay, because I really want to give it to Candlekeep. I feel like that could get us some more library cards.
Okay. Fair enough. You also know, Ziggy, that Bevlona said that to return the book to her and the scissors as well.
Yeah, but like,
cares?
like it's very clear that she can't realm travel, or like she's stated as such. So like, if we're in the material plane, it's not an issue. So pissing her off may be funny.
Actually, what did you, Siggy, with your 25 insight check, you get something else as well. You get that somehow she's talking to the person within your mind at the same time that she's talking to you as well. Like a full other conversation happening as well.
Stop that. I'll just say out loud. I know what you're doing. You're not
swatting a fly.
Okay, I know what you're doing. You're not. I'm not dealing with a second hallucination dream sequence ever again.
Wait, what's she doing?
Oh no, I understand.
talking
I'm
to
sorry.
someone who shouldn't be there.
I didn't mean
It's
to offend you.
It's okay. Well, two people are offending me. One of them I can't deal with, and you. So I'm blaming you and Wells
Hang on.
person.
Wait a minute. I thought we got rid of the other guy in your head.
Yeah, there's someone else new because apparently some people fucked up in fixing me the first time.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you guys. I did try to read his mind at one point, or telepath to him, and the voice yelled back.
Are you telling us now?
I assume it's because you're crappy at that, Ruin.
What is the point of being able to read minds and not sharing with anybody?
Well, we got really busy with Zadimus here, and
as I said, he's crappy at that skill.
I will.
I mean, in our defense, Ziggy, none of us have ever been in anyone's head before, and that was a bloody awful experience. And
I was there.
Yeah, it was your head.
Yes, and you don't have to tell me. It was an awful experience.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yes, I live here daily.
Yeah, it must be horrible. I'm sorry this is happening to you.
It's quite awful, so don't speak to the person who's keeping it going.
I know, I just couldn't resist myself.
Pick a lane.
Curiosity killed the witch, they say.
That is not the saying.
Satisfaction brought her back.
Well, maybe if we get the Candlekeep, we could find more research on how to fix you.
There's no fixing me.
Yeah,
Clearly,
this one is gonna be a harder one to fix, Siggy. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
It seems like he's stuck.
Death is always the fix.
That didn't work out. No, I don't think it is, because I have a feeling someone's gonna damn me back to life. Also, you're just a bag of good, full, fun truths, aren't you, today? I'll say to the person whose name I remember.
More, are you coming to Candlekeep with us, or do you wish to return to wherever Zadimus took you from?
Aki Flammacaster, I will stay here within the realm and return back to the Traveler so he can send me to send messages to others. It has been a pleasure.
Are you
Molly,
doing? Are you
she
doing the
looks like
kill
it.
Muley as opposed to Mom?
Oh, did you say moo?
No.
Oh, I
More.
thought you said moo.
More.
I thought you said moo as well.
I thought you said moo
Why
as
is
well.
it Mum? Aki Flamacasa. Oh shit, I'm in trouble.
Here comes the slipper.
You were talking to Sabilna then.
Who are you talking to?
I was talking to my mum.
Oh, your mom. Okay,
Oh,
that's why I
okay,
heard
sorry,
it. Okay.
sorry.
More. I'm assuming it's Norwegian for mum.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
question to her? Sorry.
Do you wish to come to Candlekeep with us, or do you want to return to where Zadimus took you, if that's where your caravans are? Or
I thought he brought the caravan with us here. That would be
are they
nice.
here?
Well, yeah, he brought us in it to make it easier for us to travel with him, but I don't know where he placed it. Maybe you, Miss Sabilna, was it? Could you potentially find our caravan? It was attached to our beautiful beast here. Somewhere in this realm.
Oh yes, of course. I feel it. It's only a few miles away. I could teleport that with you afterwards. That's no problem.
That'd be mighty
Any other
kind.
things that you have there?
Oh
Well
yeah,
then.
he had all our gears and stuff. Hopefully no one been picked or nicked.
I've got a suggestion for you all. What if you sent? I know you're talking about going back to Candlekeep, but we go by Lockwood Estate first, since they'll be expecting us back. I don't know how much time's passed there. And he turns to Virgo and says, "Listen, if you guys ever need a place to stop on your travels or to recuperate, repair, like now, you're more than welcome to do so there. I'll talk to the folk there. You're always welcome there."
The owling kind of like nods and
Yeah, it's all right.
smiles with his
you are
beak.
very-
I don't know how an owling looks when they smile, to be honest. I don't even want to think about it.
Their eyes do the thing. That's it.
They look surprised.
Yeah.
All the time.
Vergwin looks towards you and she says,
That is very kind of you, Bruce. Yeah, we will come down if you are willing to have us there.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be good. Yeah, it's fine.
"Yeah, you got a big place, somewhere where we can rest and stuff."
It's quite big. It has a lot of rolling pins in its kitchen, if you know what I mean.
How many rolling pins does one person need?
Enough to bake for an army.
It's
They
an estate.
They had like 10 in one drawer.
It's a big drawer.
They look like this.
Aki Flamacus, you been running around with a rich boy and you didn't tell us?
He means me.
The rich thing was old and then new again, and there was a big space in the middle where that was not true. When we met, I don't think it was very true.
No.
So
Slightly.
Yeah, he's even richer now.
I will also do you one more favor. Some of you may perhaps know, when you come to my domain, sometimes different things affect your mind. Some people forget completely everything that happened here. Others even get mad for a little bit. So I will make sure that none of those things happen to you. I'm sure the traveler is keeping an eye for you on that too.
Bruce turns to Aki and goes, "You're a godly mercurial son of a bitch."
there's a reason the
But,
unpredictable stuff appeals to him.
By my teleportation might not be 100% accurate. I'll try my best. Even me, I have it's a lot of you and a caravan.
I may be able to help with that. I'll start drawing or trying to remember the teleportation circle that I tried to remind myself of a few days ago.
It's just sometimes my magic manifests on its own ways, and sometimes when I've taken people to different places, it feels like sometimes my magic will take you to wherever your heart truly wants to go, if that makes
Well-
any sense. So if you're thinking of something that you haven't even said yet, you might end up there, but I'll
Yes,
try my
but
best.
with a definite circle is what I pull out the drawing of. It should be better.
Yeah, it should be better. Definitely. Thank you. And she'll start making kind of like a mental image. You'll see that she moves her hand and in the air starts appearing like a drawing of it that you see that she's doing with her mind until it's fully copied, and then you will see it vanish.
If it involves some kind of ability check for this, Bruce will just put his hand on her shoulder and go, "I don't know where you got this," and he ends up casting guidance.
Okay. As you
I
put
thought of that.
as well, she's very happy with it. As you put the hand in her shoulder, make a wisdom saving throw as well, actually, Bruce.
Shit. Oh, why? Earlier, I did a wisdom check rather than a saving throw. It would have made no difference. But
It's the nipples, Bruce.
listen,
Okay.
listen. The way he described her, he's like not got enough curves. So it's like she looks good, clearly,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with her at all. But come on, needs something there, you know.
Yeah, you kind of touch her, and in the moment you touch her, you feel like for a second there is movement below your waist a little bit, and it's like something irresistible. Like you feel like, wow, I mean, this is the woman of my dreams. You know, you have this realization, your pupils dilate. You know, it's like you fall in love with her straight away the moment that happens, and she says, "Oh, thank you." And
Love
she
you.
smiles. You see like a tiny twinkle, cling, you know, like a cling in her smile.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah. Her hair kind of like goes in a slow motion as she looks at you, you know, like a L'Oreal shampoo.
You take a whiff of it. Oh, so sweet.
The DC for these wisdom saves, by the way. I'm what you want to know.
It's 23.
Oh.
This one. There is a +1 on some of them, but not this one. Yeah. Beautifully. Things. Mo, I'll give it back to you, but you can ask her as many questions eventually. Yeah. So.
All right. What are you guys doing? Teleporting back?
Teleporting back.
Yeah.
For anything
Wait.
else you guys want to say? Yeah, you guys good?
We do take the book, or do we want to leave it? That's
question.
the
Yeah.
most important.
I want
Aki would vote leave everything.
Yep. Well, if we can piss off the fraud woman as well as leave here quicker, I'd say get rid of the book.
I'm
And
gonna
also Ruin wants it, so
mage hand that book in the backpack.
we should nip that in the bud very quickly if Ruin wants it. Sorry, Ruin, but you understand.
As you kind of discussing that in your minds as well, like thinking about it, even though it's in character and out of character, you will all feel from Sibylna, she might want the book, but she doesn't want to have the responsibility of the book. It's like this kind of Lord of the Rings kind of feeling, like Gandalf saying, "Well, no, I don't want to carry that," you know. So you feel that from
Can
her.
I just mage hand it in the backpack and save it for
I mean, let's assume it's already in your backpack. It's your choice now to decide do you want to leave it here, or because I would say people that you didn't say you were doing it stealthily or anything like that. They've seen you put it in the backpack, so it's up to your conversation now to decide if you're gonna do it. What they're asking, what Ziggy's saying, or you're just gonna be like, no, we'll keep it. We'll just take it to Candlekeep.
Bruce would like to leave it at Candlekeep with people who know better, because he also likes the idea of pissing off Bavlorna because he hates her.
same.
Sure.
I just want to give it to the Great Reader. That's it. And get a new library card. Upgrade.
Yes, but we don't want the Great Reader to turn evil.
He's not gonna. I've given him that other book with dark speech
Alright.
in it. He was fine.
No.
2 for Candlekeep, 2 for leaving it here. Yagu?
There's no way of destroying it without.
I could try to smite it.
Yeah, but
Bruce
what if it
George's-
will release more evil? That's the problem.
I think Harold would probably want to leave it. I think.
I
What?
imagine Errol's unconscious from blood loss right now, so.
Yeah, Errol's just passed out. Let's.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep the book.
Give it to Candlekeep, right?
Yeah, giving it to Candy. I swear on me dragon.
Inside.
Okay,
just
then
making
next
sure.
question. Okay, next question. Do we want Ruin to carry the book out of all of us?
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm pretty sure that if
I-
all of us agree it's going to Candlekeep and suddenly Ruin goes, actually it's going to be mine, then we just take it off him.
I promise you, guys. I swear, like with that insight, I promise you,
Okay.
I'm not keeping the book.
Oh.
It is just to get an upgraded library card. That is it.
Uh-huh.
Gets us
I
in
swear-
good with the readers there too,
I
actually.
swear.
I mean,
It gets us in good with the great readers if we give them something like that.
like
I
it's
need books on how to break
it's
curses.
it's believable, but I don't want
Let's
to believe it.
take the book and get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Let's
should
teleport.
That settles
and we
that then.
should take Dodentop's body for burial.
Yeah.
Oh, burial? I assumed you were a light the pyre type. And
I figured your mom was going to bury him.
It's not up to me to set fire to everybody.
no, I didn't mean that. I just assumed that's. I just assumed you were just gonna.
Have
pass
you
them on a
burned your
boat.
friends before in the past?
No, that's your
Yes.
job.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did to Bryn.
Yeah, you're not joking there, Ruin.
Yeah,
Ruin's
well.
like, oh, that's fine. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Let's
I don't-
let's
I-
bring, let's
anyway,
bring
I-
him.
I don't want to listen to your melancholy stuff anymore. Let's get out of here.
Yes, let's leave.
Thank you for what you've done for my domain. I can pay you only for a little bit. And you, as she says that, all of you glow for a second. You have an ability. Mo and I haven't really discussed that. You can activate this. Once you activate it, it's gone from you. While it's activated, you can regain 25 hit points with no action, no reaction, temporal hit points at any time. Once you use it, it's gone.
Okay.
What
Wow.
is it again?
Nice one.
It's like a boon from her. So just
So
keep
we
it like
recover 25 hit
Sabilna's
points.
boon. Yeah. So while at any point you get 25 temporal hit
Sorry,
points.
what was that, Cisco? Sibilna's boob? What?
Yeah, it's called
We-
Sabilna's boobs.
We
yeah.
all got one.
Boom.
You just think about her breast and you get 25 hit points. I love it.
Yeah.
So a boon of 25 hit points one time use.
Yeah. That is a
And
temporal.
you're saying temporal. Do you mean temporary
Yeah.
hit points?
Temporary.
Temporary
Because
hit
you're
points,
meaning like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
restoring 25 health.
Yeah,
It
no,
gives you
no,
25
no.
temporary hit points.
Yeah. So if you
Temporary, yeah.
already have hit points, temporary hit points, it will get rid of those and then add those on.
Okay.
Just a heads up. So be careful with that.
I mean, I don't know how you spell Sibilna, but
I can
It's like a
spell it
Z.
for you. Yeah, it's with Z and Y.
Oh, right.
Where?
Complicated.
Like this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
With
why.
the capitals. Yeah.
That's why I didn't
I
remember
spelled it
her name.
right.
That's why I didn't remember her name because I was waiting for the spelling.
Fair enough.
Okay. So if you're all ready, you will see that Sibilna. I'll do the magic how it looks like from one side, and then you take over more. Okay, if it's cool. So you will see that she kind of raises her arms once more. Her showing her whole fully standing up. She kind of does a few twirls, and as she starts to twirl around, the whole thing starts to turn into a prismatic, kind of like different colors, like swirls of rainbow colors and silvery mist, and almost like a green, also smoke, all together at the same time. And before you realize, you are not there anymore, and you feel this weird sensation when you travel through teleport or anything like that.
And as
I'll
you
take it to
do travel through the teleport, the silvery mist that kind of surrounds you whirls and swirls around you all. You don't know where you're going or being shifted to. And at a moment, through the silvery mist, you begin to see a familiar face. A frog-like features, her eyes bulging, still in a kind of mist form as she looks at you with disappointment. And as she does, she looks in a more punishing way, she pronounced these words to you. May your guts bloom like flora in pond water, under a midday sun in the brightest place. Let your senses blossom, and you live forevermore. Never mind the taken life, the white lady's kiss is alive. And as her face kind of disappears, you get this feeling her words resonate power.
Was that a spell?
You don't know just yet. However,
Can
I need Aki.
counterspell it?
I need Aki. No. And Aki, roll me
I
a
can't
D100,
counterspell
please.
D100.
Yes.
Oh
I
shit.
can't-
This is
I
to see
can't-
how accurate this was.
This is how many days?
Oh
I would've-
no!
I would have loved to counterspell right
Oh
there.
99?
no! This
Yeah.
could be bad.
Okay. You find yourself as you. Let me just get the candle keep. Where are
Teleporting.
you?
She's teleporting us somewhere else.
Well, let me just check
I'll
what we
put
get
that
with
for you.
teleport.
Your guts bloom like flora.
He'll put it in there.
89's good. High is good with teleport.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
I-
is.
I'm just concerned
As
how many days
you
passed.
land on solid surface underneath you, the air around you is slightly warm. Some trees around you, others that have been either, cut for timber, but most of them here still stand because in the distance you see not a familiar city that you have seen before. As you kind of just crest over the hill, you see a city
I have
built
it there. Mhm.
upon the rising cliffs that overlook the sea beyond. There are ships and boats that seem to disappear behind the view as they sail in between what seem to be a gap between this kind of two islands of the city. The side closest to you has this amazing architecture, but you can see some of the buildings are slanted or are broken or in repair. And in the distance, you even see a higher amalgamation of structures that you can only imagine would have many stairs to climb to get up to. The water around you is calm, and you can feel the warmth everywhere around you for some odd reason. The sky is black because it is still nighttime, at most part, but in the distance you can see the slightest tinge of blue, signaling a new day. Those that are looking at the city can make a history check to see where you may be.
Here's a question. Have we ever been here before? Because would my wanderer feature help me know, oh, we're here. Why are we here? That sort of business. I'll roll history just now anyway, though.
I will say no,
Nat 20.
but then I'm not sure. You'll tell me in a bit if you have, based on family history.
I got a 17. Earl got a 16.
17, 16, Ruin, 21. Okay, Bruce, blah, blah. Okay. Aki, Bruce, I'll say no. But the rest of you, yes. You see in front of you. And Ruin, you can begin to see kind of the emblem, the flags that kind of wisp into the air. The grey kind of shield with the kind of three snowflake emblem on it. You know that you are in Neverwinter.
Shit.
Oh,
Perfect.
I'm even farther away from my new weapon now.
yeah. Nah,
Good.
where are we?
We're in Neverwinter.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Was I build a...
hold on. Bavlorma was also involved. She did something. She probably fucked with us.
We have several ways to get where we need to go quickly, but I do have some business I would like to do here.
And Neverwinter?
Yeah.
What business do you need to get done?
The enchanter told me of someone I should perhaps get to know here.
Can I borrow the Mirror of Sending at least? I have some friends who were supposed to meet us back at the manor.
You
What?
invited friends over to someone else's house?
Hang on.
You
what?
guys knew about this. I told you the clerics were coming to cut. They were supposed to check on Aki.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
Oh,
Forgot
you
about
can tell
that.
them off now.
Wait.
Let me borrow that mirror.
He's formless.
How can we tell from, I don't know, stars? How much time has passed since we were away?
Well, your mic is picking up our sounds.
You could make nature mode
Is it
if
okay
that's
now?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nature.
Nature? +0. Come on. 2.
Jack Bob
Or
said-
survival actually as well. Sorry, guys.
Oh, of course.
Too late.
I would have taken. I've got
Oh,
advantage. on
survival! I'm good
survival
at
now.
those.
Errol got a
you-
19.
You could change it. It's no biggie.
Now that because I've got the. Well, that was not
Yeah.
much help.
Oh, my survival is +6. I should have done survival for Diddy. Oh well. I'm not doing it now.
Okay.
19's good enough.
All right. Harold kind of looks up, and he goes, "That's strange. How many days were we in the Feywild?"
Just 3 or 4
Technically,
maybe.
2.
2.
2 days. Well, we knew time would be a bit screwy there, so.
Yeah. The alignment of that star and the crescent of the moon.
Hmm.
Because I remember looking out the window from your manor, Bruce.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it is the same.
Sure. Okay, yeah, well. I mean, how long have we been away for then? I can't tell.
That's what I'm telling you.
It's the same.
It's the same.
So if we
Wait, it's
get
the same
back,
night?
or it's the same time. If we get back to the manor, but as quickly as possible, we could meet ourselves and then tell them to not go to the fucking
I don't
Feywild.
think that's what he
Based,
means. I think we just left and we're instantly back here.
Well, I could hope.
Yeah, Ruan as well with your 16. You think Saloon is still out, the moon, with the little tears of Saloon kind of adjacent to it, and you think that the moon looks exactly the same that when you actually left as well.
All right.
You know, normally maybe a day or two it could have moved, but you're unsure. But it seems pretty identical.
What I know, the cleric said they were 3 days out from the manor.
Mhm.
How far are we from Lockwood Manor?
Well, let us
Oh,
strip the.
Well.
Let's go to the map, and then we can do some
Now that I've got the
calculation.
Pathmaker, no time at all.
Yeah.
Potentially, yes.
Oh,
That's actually the idea.
Eventually, he
We
says.
can do our business here and then zip back.
all right.
I think our first
Eventually.
business, though, is.
I have
What?
no- If you can get us back to Lockwood Manor before Celebi and Willaban, then I have no problem going to Neverwinter.
Well, when is that?
We're already in Neverwinter. It's right there.
Well, we're not technically in it. We're next to it.
Aki,
when do
maybe.
they arrive?
Oh,
Celebi and Willaban, when do they get to Bruce's family home?
They told me last time I contacted them they were 3 days away.
Oh, easy, yeah.
well, Aki Flamacaster, we are going to just stay here and sit put. We are going to rest up because I can barely walk, and I think we are no state to go shopping with you, if you understand what I mean.
That is fair.
But have fun, and thank you, Aki, for
Bruce will
coming.
make a mark on
Of
your.
course.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you there.
No, of course I came. That was Zadimus. Zadimus was taunting me, but told me where you were. I was always coming.
Well, it's good that you came, Aki. Why don't you go ahead? I'll keep an eye out now. I've got my weapons with me. I'm sure we'll be safe around here. We'll be all right.
That's
Thank you, Aki.
Now,
You're welcome.
Rebus has the capabilities of getting in touch with you if we can't
Absolutely.
if we get in trouble again.
On that note, Aki will turn to the new caravan. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to say I owe every one of you a debt that I will never be able to repay. You helped me save the family who raised me out of the kindness of your hearts and did something incredibly dangerous for me, so I am at all of your services. Whatever you ever ask of me, even if I'm not around, I will turn up. You've also brought me closer to the Traveller, and I'm sure you're in his good graces now also. So, tusen hjertelig. I will never forget.
Speaking for myself, friends don't carry any debts. Besides, couldn't be there for me, Dad. Least I could do is make sure your mum was alright.
Well, I can charge you a debt. I'll take that tattoo later.
I already owe you that. That is not what I mean.
I'm not one for sentimental stuff. Ziggy, any words from you or Yagu?
I mean, I was kind of in your debt anyway due to the head fuck up, but I assume we can call that even.
Okay.
First, I think the best option, though, maybe just a drink on us. On you, maybe.
Oh, I
That's
could
a
go for
start.
that.
On me is fine.
Yes.
I still have some coins left.
Yes. Do you?
Maybe we.
Actually, we should probably check that first.
Yeah, let's go find an inn to stay at.
All right.
Or
Maybe we
maybe
can get
Errol
that-
wants to celebrate his victory shot. It's on him.
Wake up,
Harold, how are
Harold.
you feeling?
Wake up.
Yes, a drink. I would like a drink.
Right. Ziggy, you're drinking with me. He grabs Ziggy. Let's go.
Oh, right.
And as you guys walk head towards Neverwinter, we'll go on a quick break and come back to see where this leads to and what you guys want to purchase and see and do and see what happens in Neverwinter. All right, don't go
Awesome.
anywhere. Be
Don't go
right
anywhere.
back. See you in a bit.
Yay. See you in a bit. I feel.
Oh no, we're not. Okay, we're back now. Hello everyone. Yes, sorry for the malfunction in the stream, but we're back. Hi everyone. Okay, let's jump back in as you guys are stepping into Neverwinter. Let's put some music on. Do 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 do, and the sound of thing. Right. You find yourself strolling along, and what you notice that there is a lot of construction going on as you kind of walk through. You see people with carts of lumber being passed through as you kind of walk through the Neverwinter gates, and it's not as crazy bustling as Waterdeep was. It's not like there's a traffic jam of queue for you guys to enter, and this thing seems to have multiple entrances on all sides. And as you kind of walk through, it is the kind of joyful atmosphere. There are banners all around, construction, and the things that you notice is that some of the buildings in this kind of section especially, there are broken, there's rubble on the side that people are seemingly walking past as if it's happened a while ago. Like there's cracks on buildings as if something had happened a while ago, and you can see this kind of multitude of times as you kind of continue walking through the city. This side of the thing seems to have very kind of mundane homes. They're very kind of, you see like a bunch of kids just running past, like urchin kids, people doing their own clothes washing and stuff like that, and it's coming early in the morning, so that people are just waking up and doing their things, so it's not as busy at the moment. But as you kind of get closer towards this kind of center, there are 3 bridges that you can see that kind of cross this huge river that kind of flows through the center of the city itself. And on the other side is a complete different vision. There are tall, magnificent buildings that look huge and as if like noble or rich people would live, and you immediately get this idea of the side that you've entered from seems to be kind of the poor end, low end kind of side of it. However, as you kind of walk along, there is this this banner where you see this kind of depiction of a man with this great smile, with a golden kind of like a tie or like a knot, and with a golden jacket, just smiling eagerly, looking. And there's multiples of him kind of going around, almost giving like a positive vibe throughout the city. And yeah, you kind of go on, ask people around where they could find the closest tavern, and they kind of point you towards a couple of places. They point you, say, you gotta go over the bridge, get to the dock area, and potentially you'll find. Well, you could go to the Beach Leviathan, which is a ship, which has kind of been docked on and made into some sort of a tavern itself. If you're okay with seedy people and around people like that, that might be your place. Or you can go to the Driftwood Tavern. That's more of a pricier room. There's some, more high-end quality wine and alcohol there, a bit more pricey if you can afford it. Well, I guess you just keep to your business there. Better not to talk to other people. They tend to do, especially the Grey Cloak faction. They tend to keep to themselves and discuss. They're there to them most of the time, so better not get onto their wrong books. And they tell you to head towards that direction. And as you go there are 2 choices. They're pretty much next to each other. And which one do you go to? You got the Driftwood Tavern, or you got the Beach Leviathan.
Staying at the nice one could be nice.
I know. Beach Leviathan one sounds fun.
Yeah, let's do that.
Beach
Eric,
Leviathan?
that's his beach episode.
Yeah, the cheap
Eric
one.
missed the beach episode.
Here's the beach episode. We're doing the cheap one.
Yep.
All right. As you kind of enter towards this building, it's early in the morning, and opening the door, you see staggering out multiple drunk sailors and people barging past you, stumbling through, and there inside you see a female. Oh yeah, a female woman there wearing a kind of pirate captain hat. She's got kind of reddish hair, very young actually looking, and an eye patch as well. And she kind of Oh, it's too early for this. Arg, come on in. Sit down, have a drink, whatever. Really, you're gonna be drinking in the morning?
We had
Yeah.
a long night.
Haven't we all? All right, have a sit down. Let me know what you want to drink.
Just put the biggest jug of ale that you can manage right on this table, and just leave it there. And when it's empty, we get another one.
Okay. Do we have any more jug of ales? They're already used. I haven't washed them yet. Yeah, I don't think they really care, right?
I mean,
Ruin, you could.
Yeah, Ruin, do your thingy.
Oh, I'll use prestidigitation, and all their dishes get steamed up, and then you just watch as all the grime and filth just lifts off of it.
Well,
And I do take tips.
You know, I think I'm hiring right now. If you're willing to take the job,
Oh.
How much?
I'm literally happy to let go of that guy over there to take you on.
Oh,
How much?
you look towards him and you see this kind of ogre that seems like very simpleton. Kind of, he looks at you and you see on his face that he's not getting anything that is going on. Kind of thing. Oh, he just keeps washing the dishes.
Well, because of what you did, I offer him 1 silver piece for every hour that he works. For you, I'll bump it up to maybe 1.5.
How about you just give us 1.5 silver pieces off of our drinks tonight?
You know what?
I
That
just
works as well. Great, no worries. I guess you're staying there, Binto. Unlucky.
Oh,
Yep. All right. And then she wanders off as you guys kind of sit down. The tables are all sticky. The when you sit down, but the atmosphere, you know, it's. You haven't been in a place like this for a long time, and it feels comfortable. You know, it doesn't need to be clean. It doesn't need to be neat or anything. You just all begin sitting around one big table, and slowly the drinks begin to kind of come in, set upon. At the same time, no one to really disturb you in this place.
Bruce grabs a tankard. He goes, I knew it. This place is a shining light in our lives right now. And as he touches it, the same glow of silver from his eyes and mouth, and the tankard just goes pew, and glows. And he ends up casting light cantrip.
wow.
Okay. It's early in the morning. Can you just stop with the theatrics? It's a bit too bright.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. It's pretty bright. Okay. I really
Send
hope
another
that
message, Mark.
this starts to make a bit more sense at some point.
It will eventually. You get the hang of it. Mostly.
Yes, I was about to say, Ashi, do you really believe that?
Bits and pieces. I can't stop some things when I get excited, but it's never the stuff that blows up, so that's cool. It's usually
been
just
a while
since I blew up.
Well, I was gonna say since you nailed one of us with a firebolt, but that too.
Yeah, let's place my hand on the desk. Let's touch wood and say that never happens again.
Agreed. Aki.
Yeah.
I figured after we finish shopping today, we could put that ruby dust to use.
Only if we get done by lunch, because this is going to take a long time.
Okay, that's fine. I figured you could do one arm for Ruin and one arm for Ignis.
Sure. You don't want a little of both? We're keeping them separate? If we're metaphoring?
What do you mean putting them together?
I mean, whatever you think is Ignis and whatever you think is Ruin, we don't keep it separate. I don't know if we're talking about dragon scales. You have some one color, some the other, and you don't have to keep it all on the same arm.
Oh, I do like that. Black scales on one and moonstone scales on the other.
Or you can have kind of a ring of each as we go down, or whatever you want.
We'll think about it when we get there. For now, let's just keep those bottles of wine coming, and maybe we could take everyone shopping. It's good to have Mossy back, isn't it?
As you see, Jakku's currently feeding Mossy gold coins.
Just taking
Like as
him.
many as
Just
you
literally
like.
just disappears each one. No idea where it goes in the back of his shell. Into the moss.
It belongs in the moss now.
It belongs in the moss.
But
Oh, wow.
Aki would only stay for one drink and then go shopping so that he can get it. He needs to pick up supplies to get this to work.
As soon as Aki starts going, he's gonna grab his glass of red wine and follow Aki.
Also, mention to the DMs, Joey just messaged that he can join in a few seconds if you like.
Oh yeah,
He said 10 minutes.
Yeah.
for sure. Throw him back on. That'd be great. All right. While these two go off with the shopping supplies, the rest of you want to do something, or should we jump to them first and then get back to you guys if you have things to think about?
Jakku
Bruce
wants to
wants to
stay
talk.
for a few drinks first and then probably.
Well, Bruce wants to talk to Ziggy, so if Yagu's here for that, that's absolutely fine.
Fine, I will leave. Jeez. I will take
Stick
Harold
around.
with me. No,
No,
I'm gonna
I
have fun
think-
with Harold when he joins us.
Okay.
I wanted to finish what I was saying. If Yagu's here for this is also good because he's got a sensitive soul himself. So
Okay.
Okay.
Fine, I will stay. Harold will
how,
still go there.
how often do I leave you guys openings to come in on bits if Bruce is doing a thing? It's because I don't like just hogging time.
You know, fine. I will stay for the convo. But...
Mm-hmm. So you do the fairy and the dragon first, I reckon.
Oh, sorry. You want me to do the fairy and dragon? Okay, great. All right. Sorry. Okie dokie. So, as you kind of go along, Aki, you look for supplies, but everywhere you go for these tattoo supplies, they seem to just have the normal black ink or something like that, and not the specific things that you needed. And you keep thinking, where could this tattooist be that you're looking for? I guess make a persuasion check or investigation check. I say. You can.
God,
Guidance?
if you're giving me the opportunity, I'm taking persuasion.
yeah, persuasion, because you're just talking amongst people, asking about these people.
22.
Yeah, you want to add some guidance to that as well?
What's that? A D4?
Mhm.
Yes.
Come on,
Ooh,
26.
26.
Nice.
Okay. This is. Give me 1 second.
Well, can you need them here as well? Yeah?
That's fine. Sorry, I'm just looking. What's his name?
I will mention while you're doing that
Okay,
quickly.
okay.
As you're walking around as well, you notice that there has been a new building kind of like being built around. It seems to be like a huge amphitheater of some sort, and you see that that's where all the wood keeps going towards. That you see wood moving around the city, and it seems to be going towards that new huge building.
Do you want to check that out? Or I guess we can check it out with everybody later. Maybe we can catch a show.
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah.
as you just talk around, they slowly point you towards a kind of back down to the kind of poorer area but close to the kind of water, the riverside, where you come to what seems to be kind of like another dock, like a shipping area or something, and there is this kind of small little tavern there. And as you kind of enter it, you see just a few bunch of people and like a kind of ripped curtain in the back of this thing, and from there you can begin to hear, you know, the sound of someone kind of doing some tattoo work in the back, because you hear a, ow, that hurt, and then you hear a, if you stay still, then it won't hurt more.
Oh my god, it's early. Okay, Aki will kind of follow that noise around and try to announce his entry as quietly as he can, not to startle anyone, so they get a jaggy line.
You see the barkeep
hello?
go, hello, you here for a tattoo? You got an appointment with Mr. Skiffback?
Well, I've been sent by someone who knows him, so I kind of do it myself. Call it a professional visit.
Okay, well, why don't you have a sit down, and I think he's almost done with the with his customer, right?
Huh? Great, thank you. Yeah.
A couple of minutes pass, and you see someone stepping out, putting up their pants, and then just kind of limpering, walking off. And you see, opening the curtain, the second turtle probably you've ever seen, much wider but shorter than Yagu, with an eye patch on one side, smoking a pipe, and also kind of saddled to the side of him is bagpipes, and he kind of says to him as he kind of walking out, make sure you keep that. And the person's already left, and he goes, forget about it. Oh, who's next?
Ooh. Unless somebody was here before me. I've been sent. I was told to visit you by the Candlekeep Enchanter. Do you know him?
The Enchanter, you say? Oh, and Candlekeep, yeah, I know of him. Yes, we go a long way back, yeah.
Oh, do you know his name?
Um,
They are Enchanter, yeah.
Ah, god damn it.
First name's the. Yeah, I was hoping to, well, buy some good supplies from you. I have an ambitious project to do for him.
You're a tattooist yourself, right?
I am. I don't have my own. Looking around, my own business.
This is a piece of shit. I just worked here.
Well, it's. I like it. I like anywhere where people are giving this stuff a fair shot and expressing themselves. I'm covered, but none of them are magic. But well, actually, maybe you recognize this one. And he'll roll up a sleeve to show the tattoo that he got in Scornuble. Do you know Pebble?
The name rings a bell. I have a lot of people that come and are interested in tattoos. The name rings a bell. Sometimes I forget. When I see, I'm more of the looker kind. I remember people's faces.
I mean, Aki would remember what he looked like, but God knows I don't. So yeah, if I'm allowed to describe him, I would. Caravan city, Scornuble, to the long way to the south.
Right, yeah. I haven't been there for a long time, but I remember a tattooist there. Yeah, ponytail
I learned,
or whatever.
Yeah.
I think so.
I learned as much as I could from him, but I wonder Is there anything I could learn from you? Is there anything you've invented, anything unique that I could try to add to what I can do?
Tattooist is a skill passed down from. Well, come on in. Tattooist is a passed down from people to people. It is an art form not like others. Whatever we pass down to each other becomes stronger, forged, better. I've tried to dabble into things that are more better from time to time, but generally the incantation for magical tattoos remain the same. I mean, it's a pricey business. If you can afford it, great. But if you can't, then kind of slows down. Not a lot of people want to ink their skin. You know what I say?
Sure, but they're missing out, aren't they? They don't see what it could do.
It's like music for the eyes. Do you like music?
Yes, who doesn't?
Right.
Maniacs, that's who.
I'll play some music for you later if you want. I got these
Sounds
bagpipes which I love playing.
I don't think we've had enough to drink yet to enjoy that kind of sophisticated music.
Well, my fairy friend, you will probably need a lot of drink if you're gonna get a tattoo done.
There's a point. But for now, do you have supplies and the like that I could purchase from you?
Sure.
Enough to do a lot. I have a backlog.
Right. What do you need? And like in video games, the menu opens.
Yeah.
Tick tick tick
Yeah.
tick tick.
That's it.
And
Well, yeah, just a lot of everything. I
okay.
guess.
What do you just ring up the total cost of how much you need for I guess his
You said-
tattoo.
Yeah.
Let me just go to the thing as well.
You said tattooists' tools. On the whole, that packet that I once bought was 230 golds worth.
Yeah, so you've
Um,
got the tattooist tools, which has the medical supplies, I guess, sketchbook, ink pen, temporary tattoo
item-
powder, and stuff like that. I think you had all
Just
that.
I needed a bunch of medical supplies. Magical ink is 100 gold a bottle.
Yes. So for his tattoo, you'll need 4 ounces. So that will cost 400 gold pieces. I'm
Yep.
sure you already had 1 ounce, right?
Unless that has been used on Bruce, which I suspect it may have been.
Oh, it may have been, yeah. Okay. So you'll need 400, but if it fails, then you'll need 800. So just remember that. So you might want to grab 800 gold pieces of magical.
Ruin, I might need you to spot me here.
Oh, how much?
How much you got?
I'll
I'll ring
reach
it up
into
for you.
my wallet. I've got 100 platinum, 1,318 gold, 4 silver pieces.
Jesus Christ. Whoever he
Yeah.
is. I need 4. I'll get 4.
Altogether, I've got 2,318 gold.
Okay,
basically.
I'm feeling a lot better about asking for this then. Could you spot me 850 gold?
Could I just give him the Wand of Wonder?
Is he interested in that? Is this?
Well-
Are you here for bargaining, or is this just a
Can we trade
purchase
you
kind
this
of a
Wand of
situation?
Wonder for the tattoo?
Is that what you want to do?
Well, the supplies.
Well, maybe he could do the tattoo with you. Maybe.
I'm not feeling an overwhelming warm fuzzy here.
I'm sorry.
Literally no confidence in that.
no. After
Yeah.
hearing the voice inside my head that sounded just like Mo, I'm gonna push 850 gold straight to Aki.
Yeah, just have some training wheels while you inject me with many a needle.
Ooh.
I
you said,
give him
we-
850
we-
gold.
You said we could get Joy with us, actually.
Yeah, whenever he's on.
Oh, okay. I
said
thought
he's
he was
ready
waiting.
yet,
Okay,
so-
okay.
Yeah. Just
Also-
drop him. Someone drop him a message when he's on. Just tell him to
there.
jump on, and then
I'll
yeah, and then
So
we'll
it's
just
good
I'll
night.
do it.
Offline.
yeah, Mark will
Says
just
good
drop
night,
him.
supplies.
Did I
Medical
earn a
supplies and
inspiration? I finally made Luke admit he liked a joke.
Okay,
That's true.
okay.
You
I
did.
liked
I
how
think it's
quick
with
you were
inspiration.
on making a joke. However, it wasn't one of your crappy puns.
He did like one of Lucky's jokes.
Yep.
It finally happened.
It's live and it's on air. Yeah. Yeah.
I screenshotted it.
yeah.
Biggest plot twist so far.
The 9th of May, 2023.
Then then Aki will pass over that and take the supplies and
What are you buying? You're buying 8 ounces of magical ink.
eight ounces of magical ink and
Stylus.
five sets of medical supplies. I've got the stylus; it's just
Okay.
empty.
Okay. Yeah. And medical supplies. Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Yeah, that should be good.
Okay. Good to go. All right. There he goes. Well, are you thinking of doing this anytime soon?
Well, today if we could.
Do I have any more appointments today? I don't think so. Orly?
Get back.
Because Orly. Perhaps. Yeah, I think you're good to go wherever you want. Oh, all right. Well, I think I'm gonna go and head out for a while. But you are most welcome to use my place here if you need to. Do the tattoo on him.
That's very kind. I don't think the tavern we chose would be a calm environment to do this in for this amount of time.
Well, I do it anywhere where I can. I prefer it being a little rowdy and noisy. Kind of keeps my focus.
Okay, then Ruin, are you up for this? You good to go? You want to eat something? Keep your blood sugar up.
Sure. Just I'll order anything. Anything seafood, please. And I'll start to undo the buttons on my jacket.
All right.
Get those knit
And,
needles out.
I'm gonna take off my jacket and then my undershirt.
Okay. And as you kind of sit down on this too big for you chair, and you see Aki begin to prepare the instruments to create this tattoo, starting to put the powdered gems into this kind of pipe and infusing it with the magical ink. You begin to see that the slightest glow, and then this focus on Aki's eyes. You know, the reptilians, when they kind of the focus and narrow their slits to kind of see more focus into. And as you are a very, very small, like a tiny creature, you know, his focus needs to be a lot more. But he dials in, and he begins to work. We will roll this afterwards to figure out what will happen. So let's go back to the tavern itself, as you all are kind of sitting there having a drink, and the three of you are there.
Right then. Perfect jug of ale, big fucking jug, and a very bright tankard. I like this. Oh, hang on a second. He takes out Auntie Greenbone's head and just sort of sticks it on the table. There, you can join us this time. Don't look at her eyes for a minute straight. All right, it's just you'll get a bit funny, but we'll keep other punters away, won't it? So, you're right there, Auntie Greenbones.
Disgusting. You know that.
Oh, every now and again, I swear I can hear her speak to me. Usually, it's something along the lines of "This is my hell" or something along those lines. But
That's worrying coming from me.
yeah, well, actually,
As you actually just quickly, as you look at the head, the three of you can make a perception check as you see a little bit of movement.
He wants a drink.
Oh fuck! I don't see shit.
You have to look at her eyes for a full minute for anything to happen. So I'm just
Yeah, no, it's not that.
Just making
As
sure
you,
really
the two of you notice, Bruce and Yagu, you realize that her jaw kind of like cracks for a second, and you see some movement in there.
what's that? You saying something? As he leans in with his ear. No? You being
As you
quiet?
lean in, make a dexterity saving throw.
You have +3
Oh.
on those.
I also get advantage on
I'm
it
not
as
saying
well.
this.
So let me roll this twice. 15
As
and an 8, so I get 18.
18.
the two of you see, as in slow motion, this huge centipede starts coming out of her cracked skeletal mouth that was kind of burning in her brain, and it slowly tries to get inside Bruce's ear. But you see Bruce moving out of the way quickly, and this weird, huge kind of like insect remains on the table and kind of like try to scurry it away.
I grab it, I go, and then I say, "I rapey cheap, got some food for you. You eat bugs. There you go."
Well,
Right.
that was
Oh,
disgusting.
wait. Oh, it's already gone, right?
Oh yeah, I just picked up and yeah, it's alright.
Yeah,
It's
you're
done.
Aw.
Hey,
like,
rapey cheap,
go-
got some food for you.
You just see him grab it and just toss it off the table.
Shoot yourself then. You fussy bug. Oh, sorry. Did you want it still breathing? You want a bit more fight to it in future. Is that what you mean?
just looking
Right,
at you,
next time.
just confused and angry look in Reapy Chief's face.
Rats eat bugs. I know you eat bugs. Don't look at me like that.
You've been spoiling him too much.
Apparently, yeah. Right. Anyway, Ziggy, I just wanted to ask, how are you doing, mate? Because I'm not exactly the brightest bulb in the crayon box here, but I know when someone's struggling. What's going on? Ever since we've been in your head, you've not been better. You've not been right.
I fell asleep from another battle, and then woke up and realised I've been an entire failure my entire life.
What would you mean?
Well, I couldn't be worthy enough to just spend time with my family, so they abandoned me. They then hid it from me for many years. I wasn't good enough to see my mentor, who was living inside my head, was a creature sucking the plasm from my brain. And every time we seem to get in some form of altercation, it seems to be life or death, and I'm worried that our dumb luck is going to run out extremely quickly. You're new to magic, I've noticed, and you've been gifted it. So I'll tell you the one thing you will never know, and the one thing that burdens anyone who tries to learn magic and isn't born with it like Aki or gifted it like you and Yadu. The most important lesson to learn is the first lesson you will ever learn when learning magic. Always separate truth from illusion, as it's the most difficult thing to do. 3 years before I even met you all, I failed that. And my entire life has been a lie. I'm not doing well, if that's what you're wanting to know.
That's what I asked.
Well, there's your answer. I'm not doing well.
Well, if it means anything, and probably doesn't, but I feel I should say it. You've been through all that. You've been through that hell, and you're still going through it. You found out the truth of what's been going on, the whole thing, and you're still here. You're still standing. You got folk around you who'll stand with you.
Aye.
And, well, I like to think that'll be worth something. You know?
We'd hope. But the thing is, I don't even know who I am anymore. I tried for 2 days to be the normal me. 2 days, the moment I met Ruin and Candlekeep again. For 2 days, I thought I could do this. I can be me again. Then we spent a month and a half. Well, we spent half a month in a prison.
Yeah. Ziggy, that's not on you.
But still, it's weighing on me.
Being
And
stuck in
now-
that prison was not you, mate.
No. I've made up voices just to keep myself company, and now one of those voices seems to have a mind of its own again. Once again, I failed to keep my mind focused on me. so it doesn't feel great. The time I spent away from you all, I tried to strengthen my mind as best as possible. I've looked into even improving it magically, but yet haven't gotten there yet. Still not enough. What am I
Not
doing
your
wrong?
fault, Ziggy. It's only mine. Only mine. You hear in your mind.
And now I've got someone trying to take blame for my mistakes. But this is my problem to deal with. We're gonna run out of our dumb luck sooner or later. And it's gonna end up being my fault for something, probably.
Ziggy, you know the only reason we beat Zadimus? Because you got arrowed up and he took the shot. So, depending on how you want to look at it, we're all sitting here having a drink. Because of you.
Still can't bring that bugbear back though.
None of us could.
Just
I couldn't find the damn sigil to free Aki's mum, and then it was too late.
it's not enough. I'm sure it's
All
gonna
I'm
weigh
saying-
out for me. Sooner or later.
All I'm saying is, Ziggy, I'm not saying don't feel crestfallen or anything like that. Just remember you're not on your own, you know? It's not all on you. The whole being stuck in prison thing, that's on me. That was on me. That's why we were in that prison, because of me. Decisions I made for the wrong reasons. And I've learned this time we've been working together before we met you that truth sucks. Truth can be used to hurt just as bad as a lie, but gets things out in the open. At least you know what's going on in your life. You can, like I said, you're still standing.
I guess. But still, it's all still been a lie.
Well, from now on, he slaps his hand on the table. Only truth. You're Ziggy. You're one of us. You were the caravan. And that's the truth.
My entire family, my being, this is all. I'm built. I, as a species, are built on lies. I don't really see how I could be an embodiment of truth.
Ziggy, if I could transform to keep myself out of... Well, maybe not me, but Bruce certainly. If he could have transformed to keep himself out of the limelight, he'd have done it. You got a choice. It's up to you. No harm in protecting yourself. No one will judge you for that. Or they shouldn't. Besides, he leans in a bit closer. Your family were arseholes.
I don't want to become like them, but I just... Back in that Feywild, all I could feel was my nature peering through.
Yeah.
Nature of snuffing out the weak.
Well, we're not there anymore. I'm going to say it again.
Hopefully not.
You're still here. Still standing.
Just barely.
It still counts. Have another drink. He pushes a tankard towards you.
I guess there's no choice no matter, so he would accept it.
No, there's not a choice. You drink that right now. You drink it right now, or I'll pour it down your throat. And he smiles. He smiles at you, but it's a genuine smile.
I guess he'll
You
do
have
his best to drink it.
You have lost all your family. I'm here, your father. Your new father is here to help you.
I don't even want to spend... I'm just thinking, I don't even want to spend time with my real father. So, I'm not looking for a new one.
Well, unfortunately for us both, you have one. But I won't disturb you anymore. I'm here whenever you want to reach out for me.
Well, you're going to be quiet a while, I'll tell you that much.
Ziggy, you're zoning out, pal. What's going on?
The new voice is catty.
Hey, new voice. We're having a conversation. Weast.
It,
No
it doesn't
reply.
seem responsive.
What about you then, Yagu? How are you holding up? We've been through it recently. That panda spirit of yours that you sort of tap into your rage. That's fire now. It used to be water.
I think it's more of the Swords' fault than my own.
Yeah, they seem to. Oh, fire seems to hurt you a lot more when you're carrying them around.
Yeah, but somehow it feels like I deserve the pain.
Why? What'd you do?
I don't know, I still feel like I failed everything so far.
Would you fail?
Well, I was trained, or I lived my whole life to protect my lake, and now knowing it's completely destroyed by something I have caused myself, that's the painful part.
Use it, maybe.
Sorry?
You could use that failure as a strength. You've made an oath. You've made an oath to that, to the protection of your lake. Maybe make a new one. An oath to redeem yourself for it.
Like, at this point I still even don't know what I was protecting. It also feels like Eldadev's lied to me or kept things secret from me and stuff. Thank you.
Well, whatever it is, maybe you can try and go on in its memory.
Well, we're going to be going by your lake at some point. Apparently, my mum's clan are hanging about there at the minute. But, look, take it from someone who's taken quite a few L's recently. As long as you're still kicking, always got a chance to fix things. And like you said, you're still alive. You can't save anything. You can't fix anything if you're dead. I'm still struggling to come to grips with that myself.
That's true, but now I'm alive and I have no idea how to fix any of this. It seems way beyond me and even Eldad.
When there's a will, there's a way. And like I said, you're still alive, so you got a chance. Aki's the one trying to drum that into me head. You can't
But
fix
seriously,
anything if you're not alive.
just, I guess best thing to do would be to forgive yourself, or at least try to.
Try is all you can do.
I think with how Aki is recently, may need your guidance soon enough.
We will figure it out. We have to.
Yes, we do. I mean, I'm not dying for this.
Yeah, listen, take it from. I got this clear. Remember that disaster in Marin? I always told Aki this. After that disaster in Marin, not long after he met you and Ruin, when we tangled with Shemsheim, I was praying for that bastard just to kill me. I was done. I didn't see any way out of that hole. And the bugger didn't manage it. And then we faced more dangerous things and nothing seemed to manage it. I'm past that now. Zaki's been helping me realise that I'm still kicking, so it means I can still try and fix something, but I get where you're coming from with you think you fucked up so bad then there's nothing else you can do. You just want it all just done. It's just come on, just fucking end me. I don't say that lightly. He takes another massive swig. It tastes like shit. He pours himself another one for the jug.
Oh wait,
Well-
I can do this now. And I will cost purify food and drinks and make it slightly less shitty.
Is the alcohol gone from it? Because that's a poison. He takes a drink. It's dash water.
Alcohol isn't considered a poison in Jogu's book, so probably not.
It is just non-alcoholic now. What's the point in drinking it if it's... Oh, son of a bitch. You alright,
Holy
Errol?
shit, Errol is alive.
Yeah, you've been drifting in and out of consciousness, all that incredible blood loss.
Yeah, I did a lot of thinking while I was there. Yagu, I can't say I relate to what's going on. I obviously don't at all. We have way different backgrounds, but a century and a half ago, I actually did lose everything I cared about, and after many attempts to fix it, I couldn't fix it, in quotes. So, but at the same time, I'm still going to keep trying to hopefully fix it, even if I can't. You're way smarter and stronger than I am, so I have no doubt that maybe the first step will be the hardest as far as what to do, but I have the fullest of confidence in you, and whatever I can do to let you walk that journey, I will. It's not just me owing you, which is true, but it's also the fact that I can kind of relate to having something you can't fix, and I would rather none of you, even as much as we may disagree and bicker, would ever have to experience that, as you're probably experiencing right now. So I am sorry, Yagu, for all of this that you're going through.
You don't have to be, because, well, even though you know that I'm at war with a five-headed monstrosity, you still stay on my side.
We
I
all are at
appreciate
this
it.
point.
Yep, and you and all of you and came to help fix me even when I tried to give you an option, and I haven't been the easiest to be around. But
Oh, you haven't?
But with that in mind, I can fit dragons in my list. I got no problem doing that.
Yeah.
Well,
The queen
cheers to
bit
that.
these ones
and you
anyway.
will give this.
Yeah.
I don't want to fit dragons in my list, but I can.
Just the ones that are going to insist on
Yep.
screwing with us.
I mean, if we get more
We
of
like
those
it or
dragon
not.
swords, that would be fucking helpful, but I don't
I
think you
mean,
want part
Errol
of
will
that.
take out his bow.
Hey. Well, I think Errol's gone.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
holding the bow
no.
very long.
He holds the
Yep.
boy.
Oh, wow, yep.
He goes a bit weary again from
Oh,
the
God.
bloodlust. It's like, shit, we lost him
Yep.
again.
Ouch.
I'm not much of a sleeper, but
Way back.
I think I
there he's
might
waking
start
again.
taking it up.
He's back.
Oh,
I might start taking up sleeping now.
it's,
Actually,
it's not as good as it sounds. Sleeping, you never get enough of it.
Harold, I actually got a question for you. And I need
Sure.
to just clarify something for me. For full disclosure, the whole business of the Grippy Village, that's done, all right? That's all in the past. All squared away. My question is, when we had this basically identical situation with those rabbit people, I don't understand why you had your principles at the Grippy Village. Sure, I've had a few drinks now, but then you were pragmatic with them.
And you even told me, they're not going to try and kill us. And then you went just manhunting on them. And by the way, it was bloody cool. But I just don't see what the
appreciate
difference was.
I can understand the confusion, and this might be the bloodlust talking, but I'm not at all offended by this. In regards to the situation, I saw the way they were holding their weapons. I thought maybe we could have talked them down. The moment I saw you being literally almost clubbed to death, I kind of thought, yeah, they're not negotiating. So that's just one thing. It's not a great reason, but that was one of them. The other one, the crabs. I figured we were in their home. We were kind of causing them an inconvenience. The rabbits, technically it wasn't their home. It was the fairies that we were talking to that gave us those blessings. And I guess I got sort of, I mean, I need a better word for it, bothered by the fact that they were just coming in with their boots, fucking up everything, and acting like they own it when they didn't. So, I apologize for the confusion, but at the same time, still don't regret killing them that much. I kind of do regret a little bit my behavior with the crabs, and don't at the same time. It's actually a rather conflicting thing.
Yeah, fair enough. And if it were for what it's worth, I'll just think them being dead. Yeah, whatever. You know me well enough. If someone crosses us and they die, oh well.
Yeah, I normally don't mind either. Also, can someone hand me a vodka? I think my blood is coming out way too much, and I need to
Can we have a vodka, please?
Oh, I still have one here. Take it.
Thank you.
Never mind.
To be honest, I could probably try and heal you. I have some magic left.
I have some berries. I would need to make a lot, but I could probably do it.
Hang on a minute. Hey, Roger, you got a chipped glass there, and as he touches it, and then Bruce ends up casting mending.
Oh.
Wow.
And then
It's confirmed.
the glass is and the crack is going. Oh shit!
Oh, suddenly you're the magical caster now, aren't you?
I don't know. Look,
This euphoria won't last. They'll be asking you for everything soon enough.
I mean, does that mean that all of us in a way can do magic now?
No, just him, it seems.
No, because I got nature magic, Ruin's got flight magic, Aki's got dragon magic, Yagu, you got lake magic, Ziggy, you got talk magic, and yeah.
Don't tell me what I have.
I'm not sure if you were here. I'm not sure if you were listening, Joey. Just to get you a bit in context, you're in an inn called the Bleach Leviathan, and it's kind of themed like a rebuilt, refurbished wreckage of a ship. It's got a few levels, and you are it's kind of early in the morning, so it's quiet. And you saw the innkeeper as well, was this pirate-like woman with a missing eye and big hat and tricorn hand and stuff, and she's kind of far in the distance. You are all left alone.
You're in Neverwinter, by the way. Just say that.
Yeah, in Neverwinter.
Gotcha, thank you. Just to clear up one more thing about the whole crab incident, for future reference, I'd prefer to try to avoid killing native creatures in this environment we walk into, but if we have to, I will try to be less of a dick about it.
Well, I mean,
If that's fair.
the crabs were creatures without coherent thoughts. The rabbits speak.
I don't know.
Tell you what, if we can all run, like if we can all make it, then it's fine. Whatever, it's cushy. But if it's only you that can actually escape, let's all just stick together and fight our way through. You know? How about that then?
That would be a lot more dead crabs.
I mean, true, but but just if we can all escape, fine. That we spare them. But if not, let's stick together. You know?
Again, I will try to be less of a dick about it.
Right. Anyway, as for the magic business, you were drifting out of consciousness for the last little while. It kind of feels like I'm getting information in my head almost. I'm not entirely. Like I think that was mending.
Well, and then I guess, could I make a sort of inference as to whether it's divine versus natural versus arcane type of magic, I guess? Could I try that? Like,
Yeah, make a knock on it check.
I don't know what the DC of this for me.
I'm also going to do the same, but I would also...
Tell you what, my spell save DC is 15.
That's a 16.
That's a 19.
Yeah, As you looked at Bruce touch the glass, there is this elegance. There's this elegance to the magic itself. You know, most magic that comes from, for example, Ziggy or Ruin, or even Aki itself, it's much more raw and chaotic magic. But this one, you can sense as if like it was helping the glass, like a divine presence of him. I'm gonna fix this. It's a good gesture, and then it happened. One of those type of things.
I'm guessing a god or a goddess gave you their favor then. A good one, by the way, you'd handled that, which, well done to you. Ooh.
I'll grab the glass from Eld and just say, well, I mean, I'd assume so too, but I'm far more into this stuff now, but I can tell you just straight away, just looking at the glass, it's definitely divine. Like, look at it, it's so shiny.
I know.
Here, with your 19 in Arcana, this could be a bit of fun here if you want to find out what the subclass is.
Okay.
Ziggy with the 19 is like, I think I know what branch of this is.
Okay.
And
Luke is also curious, and like Luke also already knows.
Do something that requires me to impose a disadvantage on an attack to you, please.
Oh yeah, Joku. I wanted to try this anyway. I was so certain it was this one. Okay, Joku will pick up his mug and he will throw it at you.
Okay, because you're right next to me. Could this please be? It doesn't matter. So you throw the mug.
It's 30 feet, right, or not?
It doesn't matter. I'm right next to you. It's fine. Where is it? Shit, I've lost it. Fuck.
Let's go to the class, and it'll be there.
Here we are. And I will use. And he's. This happens. As the mug is as you're throwing the mug, Bruce sees and goes, "Oh shit!" And there's a massive flash of light from his eyes and his mouth, which then blinds you as you lob it. And I don't know. And so this would import this is so you can't see as you throw it, so it's like a disadvantage on your throw. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Do I roll for that?
I was already going to throw something at you once I was gonna leave the tavern because I was so certain you were going to do this.
Player knows, but Errol would not for certain know. I'd be like, whoa!
So yes, I will miss because
Throws
of
with
it.
the rolling pin. He's like, What'd you do that for?
Okay,
Because I was curious.
I told you before. Please, it's the morning. Can you just stop with the bright lights? I'm.
Sorry.
I knew it.
What?
Yes, tell them to stop. Abantika is really annoying.
I apologize. Hey, Greenbones, tell him we're sorry. Greenbones.
One of these days she is just gonna say something out of the blue and shock us all, right?
I swear to God, I have heard her speak sometimes. Like she'll just be like bouncing on my hip, and then I hear she's like, "This is my hell," and I'm just like, "Shut up!"
Actually, aren't you creeped out by having that sleep like on your belt?
No.
Like, what if while at night she either says something or tries to like bite you, like nip on you a little bit?
Look, as you've already noticed, I ripped her head off. I think I can take her.
I mean, yeah, but it'd be annoying.
I mean, to be honest, in her state now, I could probably use her instead of my cards.
You know what? If she gets to be more I could just flinch her to turn her skull into a mug.
I'm pretty sure I can cast my spells through her.
Slipping in and out of consciousness. What is it that we should do now, per se? Is there anything else that?
I think the best course of action right now is to rest. I think Aki's talking to the tattooist. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And I think back to the manor to see what mistakes Ruin has brought us in.
Well, I mean, these are clerics, right? So they could be good things. I don't know. It could be.
Could be.
Something.
Hey, are they my? Does that mean they're my people now? I can't believe I'm saying that.
Okay, we're gonna have to kill that chip on your shoulder.
I mean,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I could legally marry people now.
Is that your?
Could you?
Is that really your
I think I could.
Is that really
I just
your
got,
first
I
thought?
just got to find a chapel and just. Hey, by the way,
No,
I'm
you-
one of you now. Give me a
you-
license.
You don't need. I believe you just need to cast the spell. But is that really your first thought? Divinity has granted you power, and you think, oh well, I can make premarital sets non-problematic.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been like my third. It would have been up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Either
Look,
way.
I got mine from just traveling. Okay, so a little bit envious, if I'm being perfectly honest. I literally just kept going around, and then one day I could just do things.
I had to study.
Yeah.
Waste time. Years.
I think for me, I've more been given like a head start, but I guess I can kind of feel the information kind of starting to swim around the back of my head. So maybe tomorrow I'll have a better understanding of all this. And, but for what it's worth, once Aki and Ruin are back, they can use his sword to go shim jam zoom, and we'll take us straight back to Lockwood Estate.
Sounds like a good plan.
Have another drink.
Thank you.
Don't purify this one.
And as you all sit there drinking and talking, we'll cut back to the two that are currently midway and doing a tattoo. We'll do a bit of time skip as you all do what the four of you are doing, whatever in town in Neverwinter. Wow. But Ruin and Aki are sitting there. Aki focused in, completing what you think you've completed almost everything after 12 hours. Taking breaks in between here and there, but just trying to focus in and making this happen. And as you do, please go ahead and make the roll.
Oh, please.
Right. Are we allowing favored by the gods? Because if we are, I'm going to roll that first.
Actually, Mo, is this something he should do with the roll, actually, now that I'm realizing something?
Why? Just say it.
Is -1 to the roll, right?
Why
For what?
minus?
What?
To
Go for it.
all rolls, right?
Why?
Wait, I'm
What?
I'm
Why?
confused.
Just say it.
No, I can't say it, but
Like it.
yeah, once they went through the mist.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, I think it happens.
Ah.
Happens the following day.
Yeah,
does it happen
it's,
straight
after
away?
a long.
Yeah, they haven't
I
had.
think so. Yeah,
they
I
haven't
think it
taken-
happens
It's not-
straight
it's
away.
not
But
straight
then
away.
the other thing happens after 2 days.
DM Mercy?
The worst one.
Okay. As
Yeah,
Cisco says,
yeah.
-1 to this roll.
Oh my god. -1 to all rolls, or is it -1 to checks?
To all rolls.
To all rolls.
Oh
Jesus
my.
Christ.
And that's
So if I
for-
was to
and
add
that's for
favored,
that's
What
for
is-
all of you, actually.
What does Favorite of the Gods do?
once
All
for
of
short
it.
rest, if you fail 2d4.
Yes, you are allowed to use this.
Yeah, of course.
This is divine intervention.
That
Minor,
So I'm-
no? Yeah.
I'm pulling on absolutely everything, and I'm pushing whatever sorcery I have into one sorcery point so I could possibly just roll this with advantage.
Is it magical
So
guidance?
that I can. What?
Is the thing called magical
Guidance.
guidance or magical something?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll roll the favored by the gods first for funsies. So 6. So is it 5? Is that what you meaning?
Yeah. Mhm.
okay for 5. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which means I need a 15 for this to go off without a hitch.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
And after
was
12
nervous.
hours of
Ah. Oh.
work, it turns from morning till dusk as you see the redness in the sky happens as Haki finishes the work, and immediately you see it flare on your hands, this magnificent tattoo work, as Yaki, the magic has now embedded into his skin, into his blood itself, and you begin to see you feel it flowing through you, Ruin, as this kind of magic flexes through you, inside of you, and as you do, you finish the work, you tidy up, and you leave the room itself, and the bartender kind of looks at you and is like, "What's that smell?" Yeah, and you just unknowingly just leave the room, and as the bartender steps, why does it? It's and you see them gagging or vomiting. You close the door behind you, and all of a sudden you see people looking at you and then sniffing and covering their noses. And as as this happens, and you start heading back to try to find where your companions are, we will continue this problem next week to see what happens and why this is happening. But until then, thank you everyone for watching. We'll get back to what they are up to and what they buy in Neverwinter. Thanks Joey for dropping in. That was great. Great to have you and stuff like that. But yes, we will see what happens in continuing with Neverwinter, and then from there back to the Lockwood Manor. What do you want to call it? Lockwood Manor, estate, or the?
It's an estate. It's not just like a singular house. There's lands around it. And
Yeah,
such,
the Lockwood estate. Yeah, I think that sounds better. And kind of see what happens with the Ruins clerics. I'm looking forward to that. But yep, thank you everyone for playing. Thanks to Darren Curtis, Jane Buster for his art and music. Hopefully we see you tomorrow as well as on Sunday. But if we don't, we shall see you next week. Same time, same place. Thank you for watching. Have a great week. Stay magical. Good night. And see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.